Okay. And is it going? I think it's going. Do we have a... Is it working? Yes. I think we're live. All right, cool. I think it's working this time. All right, guys. I do apologize for the inconvenience. Something was going on with the program here on the computer, ended up like glitching out, but it looks like it's working now. Let me quickly. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Andrew's Repair Shop, what's up, buddy? How are you? Welcome back. Hopefully today we'll have some interesting repairs. I've got I've got this box here, and it's some sort of audio box for I think it's like a Halloween prop or something. I think he said there's like no audio or something. I've never worked on one of these. They think it's a broken wire or something. What's up, Robert? Oh, that's what's up, Andrew. Good deal, man. Good deal. Yeah, hey, what's up, B? I'll call you that because I don't want to botch people's names, to be honest with you. But yeah, no problem. It's my absolute pleasure. I think everybody needs some motivational words sometimes, some good words, you know. There's a lot of negative stuff in the world. And I feel like I could load up my YouTube channel with a lot of negative stuff, to be honest with you. Yeah, man. Honestly, Andrew, drives fail all the time, man. Hard drives fail, SSDs fail. It's like a constant cat and mouse game of fixing broken drives or things that don't boot up. Haha, yeah, right, man. My wife actually suggested we got a Minecraft poster and put it up here because, you know, we do fix game consoles too, you know? We do everything. And we do have, and I'll show you this. We haven't hung it up yet because I need to these are the cinder block walls over here, but we got a Super Mario poster or Super Mario calendar, excuse me, for 2023. So this will be fun. Trying to make it feel a little bit more homey in here, I guess. I don't know. Just make it feel a little bit better. One second. What was I gonna do? I was gonna grab some paper towel and wipe off my bench. There it is. So wife and I have been trying to keep the shop a little bit cleaner and try to make it a little bit nicer. My bench is a mess because I've been working, so I don't know. You guys probably know a little bit, but right now the situation with my working schedule is like it's changing all the time, but right now it's pretty consistent. Right now I am open at the shop Tuesdays and Thursdays. The other days of the week I am working my second job, doing exactly pretty much this, and that's why you'll see some of the short videos that I make. You'll see a completely different bench with like a Hakko soldering iron. You might see a couple of other things that are different, and it's just the other workshop that I'm working at. So you'll see some short videos that I'll make there along with my some of my regular content. I don't think I'll ever make regular content there, probably just shorts there, to be honest. To be honest, when I remember, I think it was 2015 when Windows 10 came out, I was really against Windows 10. But to be honest, Windows 10 has grown on me so much since then. I feel like Windows 11 may do that, or Windows 11 will end up being like Windows 8 was. How crappy Windows 8 was and Windows Vista. Those operating systems, even though like they were kind of cool, the concepts, I just think that it was a waste, honestly. Yeah, pretty much it was a shell, to be honest. All right, I'm gonna jump on this. I'm trying to think of what to do to get started first. How's it going?
Fine, how y'all doing?
Good. What can I do for you?
Oh, I was looking for a 5-foot Francis antenna.
Those are actually sold downstairs. Actually, they are. I think it's the 4. It's not 5, but it's. I think it's the 4-foot Francis. Yeah, I don't know if we if they don't have them downstairs.
Oh, you don't have any old antennas laying around here?
No, just those two. One's a Wilson 2000. You'd really want a matching one, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any. I wish. Yeah.
My radio works better with the 5-footers.
Sure. Yeah.
Just a tad better.
Yeah, sure. I mean, honestly,
I can order it online.
you can either order it online, or maybe, you know, if the truck stop here doesn't have it, you could check the TA down at 15.
The one I-80 one always has everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I've been looking at Petros and
For sure.
TAs.
For sure. Yeah.
I thought you might have one.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, we don't really stock antennas here. I wish we did. We mainly fix radios, game consoles, cell phones, tablets, laptops, motherboard repair, everything like that.
What about computers?
Yep, we do those too.
My wife's just acting up on her. It's only
Yeah.
a couple of years old.
Yeah.
And it, you know, not holding a charge. It has to be plugged into work.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we can replace batteries here too.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We'll have to order it, but yeah, most definitely.
Oh, I see. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. And what kind of radio are you running right now?
Well, mine is it's a Cobra 125.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is basic radio.
Yeah. We actually do have some mods to make it better too if you do decide.
Yeah,
We can,
I
go ahead.
haven't worked on, but you think it was your dad was in here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Worked on it.
Yeah, he has
it's
this.
not the one I'm in, but it was
Sure.
my backup radio, but it still doesn't work great. But it needs, and like I said, my antennas aren't that good, and they're the factory ones.
Sure. You know, if you at some point you want to, you know, just have any of your CBs looked at, you know, we can look at them for you. Align the transmitter, align the receiver. You know, going down the road, you got some bumps, and it you know, it can unalign the CB pretty quick. So,
Well, I
you know,
got
depending.
one from work. Somebody had left work, and they gave me a Cobra with the blue, tonight with the chrome all over it and everything.
Sure.
So, let's see. Like I said, it was mine that went kaput, so I gave him $20 for it. He gave me a radio.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It's not that old.
Yeah, for sure.
It's what happens in trucking. People walk away. They leave the whole truck full of stuff, you know.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, if you have any questions, you know, we'll do our best to take care of you.
Yeah, I'm in the fuel line, so I got to run. But
Okay. Yeah, man.
anyway,
You got it, boss. Take care. Have a great day. All right. Sorry, I missed some of your guys' chat, guys. Yeah, Andrew, what's funny is I actually did grow up with Windows XP as well. I miss Windows XP, but to be honest, I miss it only for nostalgia reasons, but I would probably never install it for anything. I have absolutely no reason to run Windows XP. All right, so we got a couple of things here. I've got a CB that I really do need to look into. What was going on with it? It doesn't receive, and it has an issue with the channel read meter. So might have to look at that here in a little bit as well. But I will start on this laptop. We have a gaming PC that came in. This thing is humongous. Came with a letter. It needs 2 cooling fans. The card reader doesn't work. And Ethernet doesn't work. And the screen from time to time blacks out sometimes. And it needs a key on the keyboard. Okay, alright, so it also has an error message when it boots. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. This is I'm gonna probably open it up before I do anything, because if it needs cooling fans, I see the fans here. My question is, because it does smell like smoke, like cigarette smoke, my question is oh, and then there's missing screws here too. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Windows Vista. I loved the concept when it came out, like 2006 or 7. No, probably like 2000. Not 2005, I don't think. Yeah, this is a gaming laptop. It's a MSI. I'll tell you in a minute. I'm looking here. It's an MSI something. MS17B3. That's what it says. Yeah, 2007 roughly is when I think Vista came out. I remember my sister had gotten a laptop, and I was like so excited because I had never seen the screws in the wrong spot. Oh man, I hope this doesn't strip. There's a screw here that somebody put in the wrong spot, and it's like really tight in there. Yeah, my sister got a laptop, and then she ended up taking it back to the store and got herself a desktop, and it was one of those Acer, like, really small form factor desktops. Those were cool. I miss those. But to be honest, like, they have way better options nowadays. Okay. Trying to grab onto the screw with like a pair of hemostats and try to spin it out a little bit. Maybe this, I don't want to strip the head on it entirely. There we go. It's coming out now. Okay, there we go. Alright, got the screw out. Yeah, I think somebody put that screw in the wrong spot, to be honest. Wow, that's cool, man. My extent of computers was like, I remember I had a Windows XP computer for a while. Then it was upgraded to 7, and I spent most of my time on a computer on Windows 7. And at one point I taught myself a little bit of command prompt language, you know, CMD language. And that was the extent. Hey Kyle, what's up, man? Thank you for finding my channel. Or if YouTube recommended to you, thank you for clicking and joining us, man. I appreciate you. I don't do live streams super often, as like even some days when I come here, it's pretty much just get stuff fixed and leave. And I have a little bit of time to, I wouldn't say to chill today, but like I figured, you know what, it's time for a live stream. I try to treat live streams like a special time to hang out with you guys whenever I do get a chance to do it. DOS 2.0, that's cool, man. Isn't DOS running in the background like always on Windows? Isn't that what it's built on? It's like, I don't know for sure. I don't understand like how half of it works. It's still awesome though. Okay, cool. I got the, wow, this, I don't know if this battery needs to be changed or not either. But what this computer could likely need is, if the if these fans still work, we could just probably clean them and oil them up. If I have some oil. Okay, so this has a SATA hard drive. So this computer is kind of, it's a little dated, a little bit. So there's a spot for, well, it's got a Wi-Fi card in it. So I was going to say a spot for an M.2, but it doesn't look like it. Unless there's an M.2 on the other side of the board. But you can tell that this computer got a little hot. I don't know if you've ever seen, let me see. You can see, you might be able to see it on stream, but you can see like heat spots here where like it's just maybe the gummy stuff from like cigarette smoke happens. That's awesome, man. Wow, this thing has 3 cooling fans in it. That's cool. That fan spins, that fan spins. Ooh, this fan does not spin. That fan is either bent or could be bent. We could bend it back if that's all it needs, then that would be great. We could save from having to buy one. Now my question is how does this fan come out of here? Looks like we might have to remove the board, to be honest with you. Alright, I'm gonna try to remove the battery first. I am blessed. This isn't gonna be hopefully an easy computer to work on. It's huge though, nonetheless. Let's see. There. You know what? Let me look here. Hang on. I know I see the stream is kind of I don't know, not super bright. I'm trying to think of how to fix that, but let's move this over. Right, get it to kind of focus maybe a little bit. So you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I don't know, maybe a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I've got a couple of disconnected the battery, and I got a couple of these ribbon cables got to take out. Okay, got a plug here. I like working on laptops, but it's you know, there's so many, so there might not always be a hey, this is how you take apart this computer, you know, sort of guide online, so you kind of have to figure it out as you go. You gotta be like, what do you have to take apart to get the board out, you know? Thankfully with like iPhones and, you know, other devices, you don't have to do all that. Okay, most of this is all coming out pretty quick. That's a big heat pipe. Alright, this is probably the cable for the screen. He said the screen would sometimes black out, and I wonder if it has anything to do with just from getting hot, especially with this fan not working right. It could have something to do with it. Yo, what's up, Dad? Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I'm taking out the Wi-Fi card. Alright, let's start taking screws out the motherboard. Just so you guys know, cigarette smoke kills electronics. So don't smoke. And if you're going to smoke, smoke not around your electronics. But it's like, if smoke can kill your electronics, how much damage does it do to your body? A lot. A lot of damage. I wish I had a meme button. There used to be a meme, it was like, that's a lot of damage, or something like that. Okay. Looks like these motherboard screws are pretty like self-explanatory of where they go. Okay. So looks like we got our board here. Okay, looks like we got a couple more screws here. Oh, here's one, obviously. Okay, looks like that's freed up now. Are we gonna get our board out of here? Okay, I feel some. Okay, hang on. We got these two fans here with some screws, and it looks like they're okay. We're probably gonna have to take these screws out here. It looks like it's just gonna come out as one big assembly. That's what we'll do. I think this will be a pretty quick thing. We're gonna replace, if we can get that fan working, because it's only because there's one fan here and then there's like a double fan, but these fans both spin and they seem freed up, but this fan is like stuck. It's like it's rubbing, so it looks like maybe it was pushed in. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's. Yeah, here's a screw here. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's try to take the board out here. Perfect, it's coming. Okay, here's a speaker connection. There we go. Okay, cool. We got the board. Oh, there is an M.2 here. I see. I was thinking there was, because I was like, there's a hard drive and then there's an M.2. Okay, yeah, this CPU fan was pretty. Yeah, this fan probably does need to be replaced, to be honest. So I may have to find a fan. I don't know if we can just replace it, you know. Alright. I'm gonna look at the model and see if I can find a fan. Because these ones over here, yeah, these are spinning great. So we just clean them up, use the air compressor to clean them out. I think that it will be fine. That's funny. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I was gonna say, guys, to emphasize my dad's healing, he's healing really good. Like, his foot is almost entirely healed. He's doing really good. So I really appreciate you guys and all your prayers and everything. It's been good. Oh, that's what's up, Andrew. Okay. I'm gonna have to Google this laptop and see what we can find. As far as parts go, because you know, you can't always buy parts for some machines. All right, I'm gonna just eBay. Well, you know, I'll Google it. So we got the MS-19, 17. I mean, MS-17B3. Okay. Fan. Oh, beautiful. Oh, cool. So you can buy. This is going to be tempting. Oh, okay, cool. So we can. Okay. Oh, wow, they have them on Amazon too. Okay. So we have a couple options here actually. We could buy the whole heatsink if we wanted to. You know what? I don't think that one will work. I've got some cooling fans in the back from a recent laptop, but I doubt it's the same. I'll have to look. That's so cool. Okay, let me quickly check and see that fan real quick. It's like a heatsink setup. Hang on. How's it going?
What's going on, man?
Hi, what can I do for you?
Cameron got a phone for you.
Hey,
Oh, man.
what's going on, man? Yeah, how are you?
I'm good, bro.
Good, man. All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a pretty sight. What's going on?
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
You're good, bro. Here, I brought the instructions too. So.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we
And
can
I got-
definitely take care of
and
you
then
on
I got
this.
this
Sim-
little key
yeah.
thing to get the sim out.
Yep. No worries, man. Yeah, we do. We actually have all the
I was
tools
gonna
for
say,
that.
I'm sure he's got all that.
Yeah, and then I've got your number, so I can just call you when it's.
Oh, that's my mom's number.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is it cool to call that
No, it's
number?
fine, dude.
Okay, cool.
It's fine.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and order the screen for it today, and then I'll just let you know when it's done. We'll go from
Okay.
there.
Have you done phones like that?
Oh, yeah.
Touchscreens and all
Yep.
that type?
I work for a phone shop, plus I fix
Well,
phones here.
well, I
So
know-
yeah.
I know that. I'm just,
Yeah, no, I've done
You know what
the
I mean?
S.
Like-
Yeah, the F20 FE, or S20 FE. I've done a lot. I've fixed a lot of them. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get that screen ordered for you, man. But yeah,
Hopefully,
that's no
man,
problem.
like that's it. Like, cause like when it dropped,
Yeah.
like it seriously dropped like that face down. But,
Sure.
I mean, look. I mean, all around it's like it's perfect. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But if
Yeah.
you run into problems, man, please let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
because-
We'll have to kind of go from there. Typically, it should be
Yeah.
fixable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much? 180? Is what
Yep.
you're saying?
You got it.
All right, man.
Good deal,
And
too.
the PS2. When you did the PS2.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when you plugged it in, did it show like anything where blinking? You know what I mean? Like where it's saying signal out and then it would come back on type of thing. 'Cause
As
for
far as
some
I know,
reason-
does it? Okay, does it have
Does
issues
it,
with? Does it have issues displaying, or what is the issue
well,
with
when I
it?
plugged it in and everything, like on my computer, on my TV, I got like a little small. It's almost like a computer monitor.
Sure.
So I went to go plug it in, and it'll blink. Like it'll say signal out, and then it'll come back in, and it'll do it like 3 times. So I was wondering if when you did it and you like hooked it up to your
Yeah.
TV, did it do that?
Yeah, naturally, no. Naturally, it would just connect and it would be fine. It could be the monitor. It could be the mod. I'm not sure. If you want to bring it in, we can take a look at it and throw it on the screen and just see what it does.
How much? What was the size on the TV in the back?
That was a 19-inch. Yeah, it's still back there. It was a 19-inch. Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
I actually traded a hard drive for that. So yeah.
I was looking at that and I was like, man, that's a sweet screen.
Yeah, you can pick them up pretty cheap. They're, you could even almost even go to like a pawn shop and just see what types of screens that they have.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can probably pick one up super cheap.
How much?
So
I mean, what is it? What's the brand?
that one is
You want to get that for your room?
What?
The TV?
Yeah, one of these.
it's like it's a weird off-brand name, but it's like
Yeah.
Septree or something like that.
Okay.
You just look it up, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can send you a picture of it or send your
Cool,
mom's
man, for
number.
sure. That's awesome.
If that works. That way you can kind of
Yeah.
generally get, a screen that you would want to try.
Yeah.
But it could be the screen you're trying, but I don't know. But
do you need anything of this?
Nope, just the phone, actually. Yep.
Do you need the charger?
Nope. I've got chargers here. Yep,
Okay.
you got
Awesome,
it, my man.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem, buddy. Yeah, I'll give your mom a call and let you guys know when it's done.
Thank you, man.
You
I
got it,
appreciate
boss.
you.
Yeah.
I had a question. So
Yeah.
I have an old, I guess not CB, but maybe it is like a walkie-talkie police radio
Okay. Mm-hmm.
scanner, I guess.
Sure.
And it says all channels locked.
Interesting.
I don't know what that means, but
I'm not 100% sure. Mainly my dad does all the CB radio work.
Okay.
I've been doing my best to learn whatever I can.
right.
But if you want to bring it in, we can take a look at it and just kind of
Yeah.
see what,
I
see
mean,
if there's
I don't-
anything we can do with it.
I don't use it. Do you guys buy that kind of stuff? I mean,
Offhand, it just depends on what it is, because we typically do, like, if it's anything with CB radios that we
Yeah.
buy to modify and resell, that's usually what we do.
that's-
So,
okay, I got you.
but yeah, we'd be willing to take a look at it for you still.
Yeah, not a problem. When I come back with you, pick your phone up. I'll bring it by.
Cool, man.
So,
That works, guys.
cool. Thank
Alright,
you, man.
Sounds
Appreciate
good.
it.
Yeah, not a problem.
He's got a YouTube
Yeah.
channel too, man.
Yep.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
on YouTube
I was
and
gonna
stuff.
say I see the mic. You
Yeah.
play Call of Duty at all?
A little bit. Mainly Nazi zombies if I do play Call of Duty. So.
See, I haven't done the.
Yeah.
Is that the new Modern Warfare 2? Is that where the Nazi zombies is on?
I actually have no idea, to be honest. I have not played the new one.
Yeah, I just got the new one. Well, I've had the new one, but I didn't see zombies on there. So I think it's all just shooting, like, you know.
Yeah, it might just be
Warzone
normal.
and-
Yeah, multiplayer. I don't remember when the last Zombies was played because I play a lot of the old zombies like World at War and Black
Yeah.
Ops 2, 3.
Yep.
So
What do you own? Do you own a PS?
I have a PS4 and a PS3.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I got an Xbox. That thing's old, though. I got it from the place you
Disc
showed me.
Replay.
Disc Replay.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
'Cause
this
remember-
replay, man.
My girl's daughter, I was home we were home and we were
Mhm.
watching her. I'm not watching her that good, but I go to turn my Xbox on because me and her were gonna play NBA 2K,
Yep.
and it wouldn't turn on. Usually when you hit it on the remote, you know, you press
Mhm.
the button and
It would turn
the
on.
system on, and it didn't turn on. I go over there and it's soaked with bubbles
Oh no.
all the way through. And I had
Oh my gosh, no.
and I had the Call of Duty game disc in there, and I couldn't get it out, even trying to break it open.
Oh my goodness, man.
You could have took it to him and saved some money.
I didn't,
Yeah.
I really didn't know him then.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to liquid damage, most stuff it depends. It depends. It
Yeah.
might be able to be fixed, it might not. Sometimes it's just to recover data from it.
Right.
Like if you have save data, or if you have like a phone that has had liquid damage and has board damage, then you can try to get pictures from it or videos.
Okay.
You just have to get the phone to boot, but
Nice.
it's
You do all that then, huh?
yeah, mostly yeah.
Okay.
Mostly what I do is motherboard repair.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool, man.
So
Awesome.
that's cool stuff.
I do got a pass lock on it. So,
Okay. Yeah, I'll just
I mean, if you want, I could write. If you got a pen and paper. we can
yeah,
pen.
I do.
Okay, cool.
I've got this, and then I had a pen here somewhere. It might be in. Yeah, here it is. Here, if you want to write it down for me real quick,
Cool,
you
man.
can.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of businesses up here. I didn't
There
know
is.
Cryogenic transportation. That's
There you
correct.
go, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Actually, real quick, could you write your mom's number on there as well for me? Yeah, just so I have it on hand. And then, like I said, I will order the screen for you today, and we'll get it
Awesome.
going for you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
There you go, sir.
Perfect. All right, cool, man. Sounds good. I will be in contact with you. I'll let you know when it's done.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
You got it, buddy. Take care. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Have a
Take
good
care,
day.
buddy.
Yep.
Okay, cool. What's up, Mist? How are you? Alright, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, so we could order, and I'm just trying to think of what would be the best option. We could either order the two fans, or all three. Well, it's the two fans. It's two that are together in one. Could probably order that or just the one. Just one is like, I think it's just $20. So I could probably just do just that. I mean, we could probably just clean those up, oil them up, and that'd be good. But it's $32 for both of them. So I'm just trying to think. $12 more, we get two more fans. So, or the whole set. I'm thinking we might as well just replace all of them. I'm not sure though. What is it? MS -17 B3. Okay, wow. So they have a whole keyboard too. That's cool. But changing this keyboard would be a nightmare because it's all plastic. Oh, that comes from China anyways. Yeah, that would suck. Okay, let me see here. Oh, that's the hard drive cable. Interesting. Oh, wow. So you can buy a top cover for this too, with the whole keyboard. That's like $181. Very interesting. let me see here. Well, they have a lot of stuff for this computer on eBay. That's awesome. You buy the speakers for it. That's awesome. Oh wow, you can buy a whole motherboard if you want. It's $458, but you can buy the whole motherboard if you want. Okay, where is the fans? I could have just put fans. Fan. There we go. Okay, here we go. So I'm trying to think here. Okay, so there's actually an option here. Okay, case color, CPU fan. Okay. So from this guy is in California. I can buy just the fan, just the one, for $17.99. But then it shows the GPU fan over here is out of stock. But then it shows the CPU plus GPU fan is still in stock. So I'm not gonna take my chances with that. I'm just gonna buy just the CPU fan, just to make it easier. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Make sure that that is going to get shipped to the shop. Oh, you know what? He said that the SD card reader also had issues, so I'm gonna also look for an SD, because it looks like it's modular, to be honest. Yeah, it is. Oh, what's funny is he said that he thought that the Ethernet port and the SD card reader was having issues, and guess what? They're both on the same board. So it could be one of two things. It could be the card reader itself, like maybe one of the chips is bad or something, or it could be that the connection on the board, there could be some sort of filter or something that died, but I don't know. Could be one of those things though. Say like a filter for like data. Could be something like that. Let me look and see if I can order that too while I'm at it. I might as well just change them both. All right. I don't know if I can order that. But it also could be the ribbon cable too. So I googled the model of the laptop and subboard, but I don't see anything coming up. I see a bunch of like screens and screen hinges for this computer, but that's it. So let me see here. Ethernet. Okay, fans are coming up. It'd be nice if we could buy this board, because I don't, off the top, I don't see any issues right now with SD card. Let me stick an SD card in here. Yeah, that's, and there's actually a view you can see here. Yeah, this is looks like it's working, so I'm not too concerned about it, but it could be an issue on this board, or it could be a ribbon cable, or it could be an issue on the main board. So let me see here. Oh, okay, cool. Here we go. I found it. Yeah, this is it. Yep, here it is. Hello. Yep, it is card reader plus LAN, and it's $8. So yes, I am going to buy this. There's another one. Oh, they have the USB board down here too. That's cool. All right, that's what's up. Okay, and then the fans. So I just need the fan and then I should be good. Select CPU fan, add to cart. Oh, my bad, go to cart. Okay, perfect. Go to checkout. Yeah, so if we, I mean, if there's an issue on the board and the board is $8, I mean, I might as well just replace the board and see if it fixes it. Okay, cool. Let's go for it. All right. All right. Perfect. Done. All right. All set. Perfect. All right. So now I got the parts ordered. So I'm going to set this off to the side because there's no reason I'm moving forward when we don't have the parts. So I will set you off to the side, Sir Laptop. Put you back in the box for now, and we will look at it another day. Okay. All right, next on the list, I suppose we could do, we could just look at that, where is it? This box here. This is that box that I mentioned that it's like a Halloween prop box that has no sound. So let's go ahead and just cut this tape or just unravel it. That's holding it together. Looks like there's no screws in it. So let me quickly see if there's any issues on the motherboard or something like that, or if there's any connection issues. I've never worked on one of these in my life, so oh, here we go. We got screws. Oh, and we have a tiny SMD component that's gone, and we have some wires that are disconnected from the speaker. Okay. All right. Okay. I have never worked on something like this, so I have no idea what to expect. So the speaker obviously solders somewhere. Where does it solder to? It's gotta have some sort of like connections. And where is the spot? Okay, I see where there was supposed to be a diode there. Where did the speaker wires they have? Okay, I don't know if there's a connector that was supposed to be for that, or there's battery or power. Looks like some AA batteries maybe. Okay, so we got a switch for like maybe on and all that. Okay, interesting. All right. The thing is I don't have like a whole prop here, so I'm gonna have to call the gentleman that dropped this off. This is a good friend of mine and my dad, so I'll probably just have to call him up and find out what's going on with it, and if he just wants me to solder some wires back, or if he wants me to full on troubleshoot, because when it comes to stuff like this, there's no way that I can really test. I mean, the only way I can think of testing it, and I'm not super familiar with it, is maybe somehow use the oscilloscope to check for sound, maybe, or maybe we use maybe an oscilloscope to check for sound, or some sort of output, or maybe check. We have another meter over there that you can check like the AC side of it. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to dig into this one another day, or just later on today or something. I don't want to jump into something that I'm not super familiar with right this second. We could do, I've got that CB that I got to look at, so let me jump over here and get the bench turned on. Okay. Maybe I can get our microphone moved over. in this general area. And then get the camera moved over here. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, that looks like a not bad setup. The only thing is I can't see chat, so. Alright, so I've got this CB over here. This CB originally came in for and wanted to, or the guy wanted us to modify it, which we can do. The other thing is it does not have any receive. So we've got to figure out the receive issue. And we also have a monitor here. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to move our camera. Hi. I'm going to move the camera over just a bit here. Move our microphone. There we go. Hopefully that will be good. All right. Oh, my bad. I got this new monitor set up, new monitor, but it's a this. Let me see. Does that make any difference? I've got this monitor with the microscope, the Northridge Fix microscope, the one with the Sony sensor in it, hooked up with the monitor here now. I moved that all around. Anyways, all right. So this radio doesn't have receive, so a lot of times when it doesn't have receive, it could be an issue in this PLL section, which is essentially the CPU. Yeah, Cobras are known to have issues, bad solder joints in this area. So what we could do, I'm going to turn on this light again. We're going to plug it in, and I'm going to have the speaker wires disconnected for now. What I want to see happen is, you know, how are we going to do this? All right, I'm going to use the signal generator. We're going to plug this in here. I'm gonna reset this, connect this up. If I can get this nut on, there we go. Hook up a external speaker for this guy. Alright. Power. Okay. Alright. So you got power, radio turns on, so that's good, you can see that. Alright, so what we need to do is plug in a mic so that the receive function will work. Okay, it is receiving. You know, but we're gonna inject a signal into the radio. And I'm on channel 20 on the CB, which the frequency for that channel is 27205. And we're gonna set let's see here, back, yep, enter. We're going to set the generator at 1 microvolt, and we're going to set the frequency to 27.205, enter, and we're going to turn on for AM modulation, enter. Okay, turn the generator on, there we go. Okay, so now we should have a 1 microvolt signal at 27205 and being injected into the radio, and we should hear a tone. And we do hear a tone. Now, if I push on the board in this area and receive drops, then we know we have a bad solder joint somewhere on the board. Okay, so far, receive hasn't dropped. I remember when I initially hooked this radio up, I didn't notice any receive on the radio itself, so I know receive can cut out if I turn the squelch down, so it could be also an issue with squelch, but so far I don't notice any drops in receive right now, so that's good. What's up, Mike? What's up, buddy? Alright, so yeah, so right now, the CB seems to be working fine, But what I will do, because I do notice a couple here, I'm gonna disconnect power and all that. Mic. We're gonna take a look under the microscope here. Okay, I'm gonna actually turn this light off here, and then I'm gonna swing this camera around. It's gonna do a little dance because the cords and the way that they're set up. So this is the microscope on the screen. It's gonna look kind of dodgy, but this is just the way we're gonna have it for now. So I did notice, yeah, here's a cold solder joint. I mean, look at this when I get a chance to zoom in here. Do you see the solder joint here? There's actually like a hole there. That's like where the solder wasn't fully filled in. So I'm gonna go through and actually touch up some of these cold joints that we have. Yeah, because that definitely needs to be taken care of. Okay. Give me one sec here. Alright. So I'm going to use a little bit of water from this bottle to put some water into the sponge for the soldering iron so we can clean it off. Alright. And then we have a small fume extractor that looks like this. It's one of those like carbon sucking fans. It's not super good for fume extracting, but it works better than nothing. So I'm going to use that for now. Kick that on. Solder. I need solder. Alright. So I'm not used to this setup yet, but I'm going to do my best. I just set it up like this the other day with the screen right here. So I'm going to do my best to like solder that. Okay, cool. We can touch up some of these other joints here as well while we're at it, because this area is known for bad solder joints. Okay. And especially if you're using solder that is lead free, which is on the board here, it's not going to flow super well, you know? And you know, you could wind up with a cold joint or just a joint that's fractured in some sort of way that gives you a bad solder connection. Okay. And I may have yes, I think this section up here is where the crystal for the frequency of the radio is at, which are also known for bad solder joints as well. I think this is the area that we're in right now. Even if you see a big blob like this, because it's all on this same isolated plane, it's fine to have a soldered joint that's all married together like that. It's totally fine, because they're all on the same plane, you know. But like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Some of you guys might not know. I'm assuming you guys do know. Let's say I bridge these two over. As you can see, you have this plane here, right here, and this one. This is a bridge solder connection. If these two were going to be together, then you would probably see the board together. But since they're not, this is a bridge, so we're going to have to clear it. That's just an example. So we can't have that. We're going to have to clear this. So there are many ways to clear a bridge. That is one of them. Okay, so that's looking good. It's looking good. Let's get this guy up here. And this guy right here. Okay. And this guy over here. Alright. And we'll do a couple of these over here real quick. Sometimes you'll see, like, it'll produce like a hole here, and that's, like, you'll see, like, when I go to put solder on some of these, you'll see like a hole pop in, or a hole kind of get produced or however, and it's generally because there's not a whole lot of solder in that joint. I mean, from factory, they're not going to use, you know, a generous amount of solder in a joint, you know? They want to save money. you know. That's why you always hear the term better than factory or better than what came out of the factory. Here's an example right here. You see this giant hole that was left? Even from me just touching it up with an iron. So let's flow some solder into it. There we go. Now we have a clean, fresh joint there, you know? There we go. We see a couple of solder joints here that don't look super good, but that's totally fine. We're just gonna, you know, touch them all up in this area. Because, you know, like I said, the Cobras in specific have well-known solder joints that are bad. As you can see my reflection in the solder. That's when you know it's a good joint. No, I'm just kidding. You just don't want it a cold joint, you know? You want it to be a nice, solid joint. Alright. Couple more here, and we'll just go ahead and push around on the board again. I think when I initially tested the CB the other day, it did not have receive, so it could have been an issue here with one of these joints going cold or something like that, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Go. Okay, those are already done, but we'll just do them anyway. Okay. Alright, I'm going to call it with this. We've touched on most of the solder joints in this area. And, I mean, they're clean and they look good, so I'm not worried about it. I think it'll work just fine. Alright. Sorry guys, I'm just reading your comments real quick in the chat. I don't wanna miss what you guys are saying because I'm over at this other bench here. Alright, so would you say good eyesight is required for micro soldering, or can you get by with a hood, a microscope, and a steady hand? Oh, okay, if I know what you're talking about, it's almost like if you're talking about a hood microscope, are you talking about maybe like, it's like a magnifying glass you put on your head, and it's just like magnifying glass in front of your eyes. Technically, if that's what you're talking about, you can get away with doing most soldering, especially joints like I'm showing here. Like a microscope isn't necessarily required for something like this, but the microscope pays for itself. If you can see a cracked solder joint that's microscopic, even with a joint that big, it's worth it. You know, if you can see a cracked joint under a microscope. I highly recommend having a scope. You know, if you can afford one, I would definitely recommend a microscope if you're going to do micro soldering. But you don't necessarily need one. You can use a magnifying glass. That's what I got away with for years. So yes, you can. But I mean, I would recommend getting one for sure. But if you don't have the money, start off with at least a magnifying glass. And I'll give you an example in just a second. We've got one laying around here. Give me 1 sec, I'll show it to you. So you could buy something like this. It's got a magnifying lens here, and then this side has like LED lights. And it's on like a boom arm stand that kind of like goes into a thing, and then you can, you know, just use it like that. This is something that you could use just to get yourself started with fixing electronics. They work well. I used one for years, but a microscope, man, it literally paid for itself. But those magnifying lenses are great to have around. No lie. Okay. Let's quickly check receive on this thing again. It also could have been out of alignment too, but since we touched up all those joints, we should see better results now. So let's get this hooked up to the signal generator and see what we are getting out of it now. Okay. So I'll hook up the microphone and turn it on. Okay, cool. So we still have a signal from the signal generator, a tone. Okay, that's great. So our CB is okay, and this is interesting. Yesterday, you know what? This could have been, maybe it was a bad solder joint then, because this, here, I'll show you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know if I mentioned, but the, let's see here. I had mentioned that this channel readout was also not working, and now it is. And that's great because we are transmitting, we're injecting a signal at 27.205, which is channel 20 on the CB. So like for instance, let's say we go down to channel 19. I know the signal for that, we could change the frequency to 27.185 and hit enter. And then here we have the tone as well. But I don't want to inject at that frequency. Let's do 27.205 enter. So we can change frequencies on what channel we want to inject the voltage on, or inject a tone into it. So the whole point of a signal generator for the CB is so we can align the receive circuit. So you can hear things. You essentially can tune it so you can hear. I'm trying to get the words out because I'm like, I understand it, but trying to relay how, why you would tune a receive circuit. It's so you can receive better, so you can hear people better, or you can hear people further out. That's basically what it is. All right, so since we got receive working and our channel readouts working, I guess we could, in fact, since we're already here, we might as well just tune the receive circuit. I didn't even consider that. So let's do that first. We can tune the receive circuit, and then we can move on and do the modification that this one needs. All right. Yeah, let's do that. So I've got, man, it must have been bad solder joints because this wasn't working. That's awesome, man. I'm actually really happy about that. Okay, so there are receiver aligning instructions on cbtricks.com, so you can go there. Otherwise, I can just run it through and show you guys what we're gonna do. So there are, I'm gonna zoom this in. Oh no, that's as close as we're gonna get it. So there are, maybe the light will help, maybe a little bit. Okay. So there is a potential. It's a variable resistor, I think, is what it is, but it's a pot. We have to tune this one, 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 and this one, and then we should be good. There isn't much tuning that happens on these right here. Most of the main tuning that happens in the receive circuit are these first three ones. The way that my dad describes it, and I cannot agree with him enough, that these radios are built on an assembly line. They don't check every unit that goes through. They probably check, a few out of 100 or a few out of 1,000. So typically they get these preset and then they just solder them in and then throw it in the box, sell it to the customer, sell it to the consumer. So I'm curious to see how out of a line this is or how close it is. And then also we can tune the transmit circuit as well. We're going to tune this pot, this one, this one, this one up here, this one over here, and then there's a pot back here. This pot is for the modulation limiter. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. So first thing I know that we have to do is we have to solder the speaker back into the radio because we have to hook up a AC voltmeter to the chassis of the radio and then to one of the speaker connections, so we can adjust the receive for the radio. I don't exactly understand how everything works. I love the idea of it. I love doing it. It's like unkinking a garden hose. Unkinking it. You're just like, so that the water flows out easier. Imagine you got a garden hose that's not flowing much water and you're just unkinking it all the way down from start to finish. That's the way my dad has always described it, so that's basically the way it is. It's pretty cool. Alright, power, and we need our signal generator plugged in. Alright, we can turn this on. And then we need to hook up our AC voltmeter here. I don't need the screen right now or the microscope. You get this hooked up here. Do that one or this one. Probably that one. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get this camera set up in a better way so you guys can kind of see what's going on. Alright, hang on. Okay. So what I'm really looking for you guys is to see the, we could do that for now. I'm trying to move the microscope out the way. This is backed out as much. We're gonna zoom in on the AC voltmeter. Alright, so pretty much what we want to see here on this unit, once I get it focused, there we go. We need it to, and you should be able to hear it as well. This is the cool part. Ooh, oh, interesting. There might be a slight issue with the connection for the antenna, which I'll look into in a little bit. But let's get the receiver aligned. So essentially what I'm looking for is, you can see this needle. We want to watch the needle go up so we can see more receive come through the radio. So we'll start with the first pot. Okay, that's about what we're going to get there. Okay. About there. What's the next one? Right about there. Okay, so far, just the three we've adjusted, we've actually got the receive to go up. Now let's readjust those three again. Just in case we missed anything. Okay. Alright. Perfect. Alright, we can move on to these now. Right now it's about at the 4. I'm getting a little bit past the 4 now, which is great. If you hear when I tune it, the sound go out maybe a little bit. Okay, let me go back through these one more time. Yeah, so, yeah, there we go. Wow, so we actually got a lot out of this radio. Now our receiver is aligned. We got as close as we could, and it was a little off from factory. So, you know, we're getting it as close as we can and snaking that garden hose out and just unkinking it as much as possible. So, yeah, I mean, there we go. So our receiver is now aligned. Then we can go through with modifying the radio and getting more watts out of it as well. Let me see what's next here. Could unzoom that. All right, bring this back down so you guys can see. Yeah, Kyle, absolutely. I think if you got a microscope, you would be really, really better off than with a magnifying glass. But you probably could get away with a magnifying glass still. But yeah, I would highly recommend a microscope though, if you can. If you want, you can go check out my video where I actually check out all the microscopes that I own. And I basically give you my opinion on all of them. But of course you have to look at your price range, what you can afford, and if you're a hobbyist and what you want to invest as far as a hobby goes, etc. Because in electronics repair, it can become a very expensive hobby, even though you could, you know, if you're making money with it, then that's cool too. Then it's more of an investment rather than a hobby. All right, so the first thing we need to do is I gotta remove the jumper JP36, and we're gonna replace it with a capacitor and a variable resistor. I love this tool, it's an invaluable tool. This is a solder sucker. It's like basically, if you don't know what it is a soldering iron tip with a hole in it, and then it has an air pump on the machine, so when you push the button, it sucks the solder right up into it. So it's very, very good for through-hole parts. So you pretty much just get it right over the joint. And of course this one is either cold or something. Let me see. No. Select. Oh yeah, this okay. So this iron, it has a cutoff, like a save the tip feature essentially. And the tip was getting cold, so it was going down like to 350. So now it's going back up. So once this gets hot, we can go ahead and just heat up these 2 points, get rid of it, put our cap in, and our variable resistor. So I will just grab it right now. Variable resistor and the capacitor. Here's our cap and a resistor. Okay. I appreciate you, B. Honestly, you know, all this equipment is all my dad's. None of this is mine. But all the stuff over here, the monitors and the iron and all of that, that's all mine over there. You know, it took years. It took years of investing, and it took years to, you know, find the right equipment, find out what I needed, and you know, it took money to invest, and you know, eventually, you know, you'll be able to, you know, the way I did it was you make a little money, you spend a little money, make a little money, and it's all an investment. That's the way I look at it. All right, this tip's heated up. We're good to go. Perfect. So yeah, you could, just so you know, you could heat those 2 joints up with a soldering iron, but wouldn't it be much easier to just heat up, you know, one, suck the solder out, and then do the other one, suck the solder out of that one? It just, to me, makes a little bit more sense. And then I should probably use these. And you can grab that jumper right out of there. Just like that, you know, so the solder isn't, you know, you're not heating up both sides and trying to pull it out, which you can do, and it does work, but It's cooler the other way. You can, and it just makes more sense. If you have the money to get the tool, get the tool. I'll just say it will make your life that much easier. All right. So I can set this off to the side. I don't need this cover on right now. All right. So there are the 2 holes there. This one's got a little bit of wax in it, so I'm gonna do my best to get that wax out of that hole. Just shut that off for now. Okay. So we're going to take the negative side. The cap that I'm using is this 16 volt and 100 microfarad cap. The more microfarads, the more stiffer the cap will be, and it's probably better to use a stiffer capacitor in this circuit from what Dad tells me. So, okay. So we got our cap in, and we can go ahead and solder it in. Okay. Done. Now we can take our blue pot and we're going to cut one of the legs off of it. Let me see if I can get this zoomed in here. So working on this area of the board here, we cut the legs off of this capacitor as well. I accidentally mess up this trace here, so I'm actually going to cut this back a bit. When I was trying to cut that, let me cut back some of the trace and just run a little solder bridge right there. My bad. There we go. So complete the trace. Working on boards like this, if you accidentally mess something up, it's not like it's got vias that go through the board like on other machines, like laptops, cell phones. You got the vias that just go into the board and then you don't know where they show up on the other side. Okay. That's good. Alright, and that is good. So we got our pot done there. Okay. So now what we can do, we'll go ahead and zoom out here. I am going to turn that off. Now we're going to actually do the tuning part of the radio. So we're done soldering entirely at this point, which is awesome. We can hook up power. We're going to hook up our bird watt meter and dummy load to simulate a perfect antenna. All right, so done. Hook up our external speaker for now. All right. First things first is I'm actually going to check and see how many watts this thing is putting out normally. Make sure our speaker wires are not touching anything. So I had a situation. I'm just going to tell you about it real quick. I had this situation where I think I had these 2 wires touch while the radio was on, and it blew out the audio amplifier. I mean, the whole thing exploded. And it's a chip right here on the side of the chassis. That was not fun. It was scary. I gotta be honest. But yeah, that's why you don't want to short those out. Alright, so got the radio set up here. Okay, that's right. CD, right, okay. Alright, cool. So we have a 500 watt slug. We need to put the 50 watt one in, the bird meter. So get this one in, forward PEP. Make sure it makes a good contact. It's not right yet. 5 times 10, 50. We just need to get it to make a good connection here. Okay, interesting. This radio is not transmitting. Wow, that's weird. What was it doing before? Not transmitting, receiving? Okay. This radio is going to give me problems, isn't it? Okay. Alright, let's connect it. Oh, my microphone. My microphone might have a bad connection. There we go. Okay, we can see it's transmitting. Okay, good. So there's this book that my dad gave me. I think it's called The Screwdriver's Expert Guide, and it is a book about, it's pretty much CB radios for dummies, and like 90% of problems with the CB, whether it's why it's not receiving or transmitting, can be your microphone. So this test mic I'm going to have to fix. It probably just has a bad cord on it. I'm going to have to find a spare mic that I can use. Let me see here. I might have an extra one here. Hang on. Here's another Cobra mic. This one might work. Let's see. Okay. Audio. This has no modulation, so probably has a bad mic. The mic element in it is probably bad. So let's not use that one. This one might have a bad mic element too. Some of these mics I'm going to have to go through and try to get working again. Audio. Okay. So this one is working. That's good. So we can use this mic for testing. All right, wonderful. Hang on. Okay. All right, so what we're looking for here is we're looking at the bird meter, and we're also looking at the oscilloscope up here, which you can't see. Which I'll show you real quick. Oh yeah, the monitor's in the way, of course. Okay, so initially, if we want to see if the radio is transmitting or producing a carrier, which you can see right here on the oscilloscope, is when I key the mic, you can see that it produces a carrier. The cool thing is that we can also see on the bird meter right here that we are producing a 4-watt carrier. 4.0 is what we're looking at. This radio can produce, on average, Cobras can produce 20 to 35 watts and peak 40 watts at the most. Some radios, it depends, they're all different. Some of them can do more or less. So what we're gonna do is we need to attempt to peak this radio and see how many watts we can actually get out of it. So right now the radio is doing, see, peak power. I'm gonna turn Dynamic all the way up here. All right, we're gonna talk into it. Audio. So it looks like 21, 22 watts is what we're getting out of it right now, which is not bad. It's that's pretty average for a stock Cobra. So first things first is we are going to turn this mod limiter all the way up so it's pretty much has no modulation limiting in it, so that it's pretty much getting the peak that it can get out of the radio, which would be awesome. We're going to turn on this tone generator, and we're going to turn on the radio, put the mic up to it, and we're going to key this radio. There we go. Okay. I could probably unplug this mic for now because it's got talkback. There it is. 24, 23 watts, 24 watts. That's good. So that's done. Now we can go in and tune this guy, this coil, and tune this slug out. So as you can see, we're 26, 27 watts, 27 watts. Okay, so we're getting about 27 watts out of that guy. Now we can go ahead and try to align the transmit circuit with those 4 pots that I mentioned earlier. 27, 28. There we go, 28.4. That's awesome. Okay. Looks like that's pretty aligned there. Okay, 28. And if it goes up and down, it varies. That's totally fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and tune this guy, the coil again. See what else we can get out of her. Yeah, 29. So roughly 28 watts is where we're probably going to see out of this guy. Okay, 28, 29 watts. Let's go ahead and just make sure this radio's not too hot. Yeah, it's good. Let's go ahead and see what peak power is. Audio. Audio. Okay, let me see here. Could be, let me see. Is there an issue with that? Okay. Audio. Audio. So it looks like we're getting close to like between 30 to 36 watts peak power. Really just depends on how loud you talk into the CV. That determines like the actual peak of what it can actually output. So yeah, pretty much this radio is done at this point. We've tuned the receive circuit. We've also tuned the transmit circuit, and we have peaked it and lowered the carrier and boosted the modulation. So yeah, the CB is done. We can put it back together now. All right, let me see. Okay, yeah, so that's good. So we got a CB done, which is awesome. Oh, you know what? We could do a final thing. Maybe we can try to get a radio check on the actual antenna and see if there's any drivers out there listening on their CBs that could give us a quick radio check and see how it's sounding. Hopefully it's sounding somewhat good. Okay. I am failing at this nut on the back here. There we go. Alright. And power. Okay. CB is on. That's awesome. So we got sound. I'm gonna use a known good mic. I know this microphone works, so let's try. All right. How about a radio check?
Yeah, I hear you, radio. Coming in, driver.
Thanks, drivers. Perfect. So yeah, the CB is working, it sounded good, and we are good to go. We can put this thing back together now. There we go. All right. So we are all set. All right, and we can grab the actual case parts here. And this is the bottom cover. And the cover for the speaker here. There we go, there's one. And two. Perfect. Okay. Our other cover on. We are pretty much good to go at this point. There are 4 screws per side. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. all set, so I can call customer and have them come pick up. All right, let's I'll go back to our other bench, and we can chill for a few minutes. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. B, I have worked on a lot of Nintendo Switches. Probably too many, to be honest with you. Too many. Too many. I had one Nintendo Switch I was working on for a customer that would not turn on. It would just have multiple issues, which would not turn on. It would charge, no turning on. Only thing that was heating up on the board was the BQ chip, and I changed that probably 3 or 4 times, and still the unit wouldn't turn on. I don't know what the issue is with it. I could not figure it out, to be honest with you. Okay, so as far as things go, we got that. We got the laptop. The cell phone that I got to order a screen for, which I'll probably do here in a couple minutes. I have one other radio that I do need to look at. I think that's pretty much it for now, guys. Yeah, since that radio is done, I can call that customer and have him pick up. Yeah, I mean, everything else is good. Okay. So yeah, so pretty much right now, you know, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I do this job, this business 2 days out of the week. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days that I'm open. And then I work at another cell phone repair business. Well, we do game consoles, cell phones, tablets, laptops, all that good stuff. Motherboard repair. I pretty much am their motherboard technician there. So that's the job that I do when I'm not here. I would be here full time, but there's just not enough work for me to stay open right now. Plus, my knowledge with CBs is pretty limited, so being able to help everyone with a CB question is like I don't have the ability to back it up like my dad would. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I'll be here on Saturday for a brief moment because I've got a PS5 that's supposed to be coming in for an HDMI connector. You guessed it. Oh yeah. HDMI on game consoles is absolutely ridiculous. They break so often. It's crazy. You could almost run an entire business on fixing HDMI only. If that were to be the case, you could probably get away with that, to be honest with you. Do you guys watch the shorts that I put out? Or have you guys watched them before? What do you guys think of them? Do you like the short content? Do you guys like the do you guys like or prefer the long form content more, or what is your thoughts? I guess I could start. Robert, you like that you prefer the longer videos? Yeah, to be honest, like when I do have a free minute, I much prefer to make a longer video. I feel like you're able to cover a lot more in a longer video rather than a short. A short, you can only fill it up with so much information. I do have another short coming out this evening around 7:30ish, 7:20ish. I think that's what I have it set for. But there will be another short out tonight. Yeah, Mike, honestly, yeah, there is very, very little effort into short. Like, I can probably make a short in like 20 minutes on like typical. But I like shorts because it's a good way to get traffic into the YouTube channel. It's actually very exceptionally works very well for growing your YouTube channel. So I would my opinion is I like shorts, but the goal for YouTube is you want to turn any short viewer into a long form content viewer. That's what you want, which isn't always the case. You can't always do that, or it might take some time to do that. And you have to make videos that are interesting to the viewer too, you know. That's one of the biggest things. Okay, hang on one second. Also with when it comes to making long form, you know, cutting out I'm trying to think of the word for it, just cutting out dead air, dead moments, or moments that don't have as much value to the video. That's also like another thing that I try to do because it helps with retention, like a whole lot. It makes all the difference, to be honest with you. It's the same thing with shorts, is like cutting, because like if people are watching shorts, the information has to be delivered pretty quick, otherwise people won't be interested and they'll lose their attention and then move on to another video, because shorts is just like an endless feed of videos that they can just feed themselves. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. But I think I absolutely love the way that YouTube is, though. I really do. It's like a fun game. It's like, you know, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. I guess that's the way I could describe it. To be honest, like another thing about the channel that I want to do that I guess it's generally the direction I would like to move in is because I feel like maybe sometimes like you could do videos where you just fix electronics, but I feel like there could be a way to make a channel that is a well-balanced channel with other things as well, as not just fixing just electronics. And I definitely don't want to handicap myself making a channel where I just fix electronics and that's all I do, because I feel like I would burn myself out, because I'm the way I am is there are other things that interest me rather than just electronics, even though it's like a huge part of who I am. I mean, it's like almost all of who I am. But I like to do other stuff too, and so that's why I left my channel name as just my name, because the channel is going to represent me as a whole rather than me as the individual that fixes electronics, but me as the individual that not only fixes electronics but does other stuff too. That's what I want to do. But I don't want to leave my first love, if you will. When I say first love, I mean just my hobby interest is electronics. That's like That's the main reason we're all here. I love electronics. It's cool, man. I feel like there's so much about electronics that I don't know or don't understand that I would love to learn too. I would like to learn and understand how to use an oscilloscope better than I do now. I would love to learn to use one. Also, it would be nice to get some like micro probes for an oscilloscope. I think that would be cool too. Let me think here. I was thinking of something. I've lost my train of thought. I'm trying to think. I was thinking about maybe telling a story about, which I think I already covered it in a YouTube video. Haha, thanks, Robert. I appreciate you. That's what I'm trying to do, man. I wanna do my best to continue to keep my mind open and learn more. It's just something that really, really, really interests me. Another thing would be learning to reball like RAM for PS4 or reballing Southbridge for like PS4. That would be awesome. PS5, in the future. I actually had 4 PS5s here in the shop last week, and I really wish I would have worked on them, like either on live stream or on a video. They had all been gone through by other shops, like heavily, and there is an IC, and I will tell you the name of it, and it's a power IC. I think it's RT5126. I think that's what it is. Let me double check. Yes. It's the RT5126 power management chip. And that chip, I have seen fail on the PS5 more than once now. More than Southbridge. Haha, Dad, you're amazing. Yeah, to be honest, that's actually, well, the channel banner and all that is just Chase Fournier Repairs, but the name of the channel is still my name, Chase Fournier. That's it. Which I think works out. I think that it all encompasses who I am as a person, and that's what I want to do is share my life and experiences as I go through life, and just what I figured out, what I found, what interests me, what doesn't interest me, what I figured out, what other people have taught me. I think that would be a handy thing to make a YouTube channel about. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. But yeah, I'm excited. To be honest, I'm really excited for this next coming year, because we got Christmas next weekend, and then we got the new year coming up, 2023. I was gonna mention this, something cool about the YouTube channel. So November of last year, 2021, Northridge Fix had shouted me out in a video, and I had 1,000 subscribers at that time. And then began to reball small chips. That's the way to go. Yeah, I actually do know how to reball, and I have done it many times. Reball like small chips for like phones and Nintendo Switch. The small BGA chips like fuel gauge, some Max ICs, and like the TriStar chip for the iPhone. I've reballed several of those. I just, what I need to do is I just need to buy the balls and buy the stencils. I'm sure I could do it. I haven't. The last time I got into reballing was back probably about 7 years ago. I tried reballing and I gave up, but I didn't have all the stuff that I had now. So I'm sure I could figure it out and do it now, but I just haven't yet. Anyway, what was I saying about the oh yeah, so Northridge Fix had shouted me out, and I remember waking up that day, and a good friend of mine, Guido, with the Italian retro guy, he had commented, and he was like, "Hey, Northridge Fix shouted you out," and I remember jumping up to like 1,500 subscribers that day, and I was just like, "What?" It literally, like, the subscribers just coming, like, people are just subscribing like by the bucket load. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. We hit about, I think by the end of the day, we hit about 1,500 subscribers. So we went from 1,000 to 1,500 in like a day. And then the other thing that I was going to say about that was, so it's December now of 2022. So a year ago, you know, if we're going back to November, we've jumped up from, if you want to go based off of November being 1,000 subscribers, and now we're almost to 4,000. We're at 3,800 something now. And that means that we have gone up from 1,000 to almost 4,000. We almost jumped up 3,000 in a year, which is like scary fast. And I mean, it's awesome. Nonetheless, it's awesome, but scary fast nonetheless. And I remember like making that adjustment in my mind, like, oh wow, there's a much larger audience now. I'm like, welcome everyone. This is kind of crazy, you know? Like, I never expected to have this many subscribers, just as, you know, in general. I did not expect it at all, and I'm very thankful for every one of you. You guys help keep me going. You guys leave awesome comments, and you guys support me, and that's what matters, and that's what I love. And you know, I want to do my best to share any knowledge that I have on electronics to you guys, and try to absorb whatever you guys have for me. If you guys have any info to add, I would love to learn more. But yeah, so we've grown almost 3,000 subscribers in, well, 2,900 something or 800 something since November of last year, which was just nuts to me. So I'm curious to see how 2023 is going to go, and we'll kind of just keep going at the same pace we've been going. Right now, with the way things are with my dad, and until he comes back to the shop, you know, the production of videos is going to be a much lower thing for right now, just because I'm working my other job, plus I'm doing whatever I can here, and whatever jobs I can get out, then I'll get those out. So, you know, the production of videos is always going to be fluctuating. I was thinking about, because it used to be like one a week, but now it's probably going to be more like one every 2 weeks or so, and then maybe a couple of shorts in the middle. But it's something that I didn't ever really want to stop, because I remember I talked about it in my last video, that there was even times of like myself thinking about quitting YouTube, just stopping doing it altogether, because I was losing motivation to keep making content and losing motivation to keep going forward. I guess I was kind of in a slump, to be honest, to say the least, especially with my dad going to the hospital and stuff. I just kind of felt like giving up, because I thought, well, it'd be a fun opportunity to make some content about my journey moving forward with my dad being, you know, out of the shop, and what it's like for me to do my best to keep it open, and that journey there, I guess. And so, you know, I've done my best to make content during that time, and I don't want to stop. I want to continue to do that and push forward. I think one of the best videos that I made, that I would love to make a similar video like this in the future, was where I had lost my job, and so I stayed in the shop for 24 hours straight. That was an experience. That was nuts. Staying in the shop for 24 hours straight is no joke, man. Like, oh, by the way, I did fall asleep once. I did at the end. Yeah, that was nuts. I think I fell asleep for like maybe a half hour, and then woke back up and pretty much just sat there and watched the clock until it was 11:11, and then I left. That was hard. That was a fun experience. But I guess, like, in my mind, I want to kind of move forward and make videos something like that again. I think that was fun. Making skit videos would be fun, and making videos to I guess just talk about scenarios and ask questions, and see what you guys think about different things, different topics in life, or different solutions to different problems. I think that would be cool. Along with doing our normal routine of electronic fixing. So there's all that. There's a lot. But I mean, because I have a lot of different interests. Like I'm interested in music and playing instruments, electronics, a little bit of audio recording, making videos like this. I love YouTube as a hobby. I love trying to understand how the algorithm works, and so you can get big on YouTube, because there's a lot of people will say that getting big on YouTube is luck, and the way that I do see it, because I've looked at YouTube like it is luck to get subscribers and to get recognition and to get your videos pushed through the algorithm to the audience, and I think mainly that it's not by luck, but it's mainly skill and it's timing. So making a video that works, having a great idea that works, and then pushing that video out at the right time. Because I've seen 2 videos that I had that hit the algorithm, but minus the shorts that have hit the algorithm, I've seen 2 videos personally that after posting after 2 days, it hit the algorithm like hardcore, and then got a bunch of views and got like a bunch of impressions and got pushed. So I have seen that before. So there is ways to push a video out and get it just right. And yeah, YouTube, I love it, right? I guess I could ask you guys a question if you guys want. How did you guys find my channel? And I guess if you have subscribed, why did you subscribe, and was there a reason? Because I'm trying to figure out what makes people want to subscribe and why they did subscribe, or why did they click on my channel to begin with, what caused them to be interested, because I want to do my best to replicate that for other people, and get people interested, get people interested in the topic of electronics, and get people's minds thinking about troubleshooting their own devices. I think that getting people interested in how the circuits work and getting people's interested in soldering, and because ultimately what happens is, if we continue on a path of people not knowing how electronics work, then we're going to wind up in a situation where everything is serialized and you can only go to the manufacturer to get it fixed. Could you imagine if you were in a situation where the HDMI connector on a PS4 or a PS5 was serialized to the board? Could you imagine that? A serialized HDMI connector. And the only way to fix it would be to remove a little chip embedded in the HDMI connector to a new port. Could you imagine that? Like, I mean, knock on wood, right? You don't ever want to see that happen, but if we continue down a path of not teaching people about electronics, then it won't happen, Oh, that's what's up, B. So I'm guessing YouTube recommended it to you then, I'm guessing. That's awesome. I absolutely, I always love to do repair shop tour videos. When I used to watch Northridge Fix a lot, I love to watch his videos just showing off the shop and showing how it's done and how it's ran, because I feel like sometimes even if you don't own a business, or you just want to see how they run it. How is it operating? How does it work? You know, what is the workflow like? How does it move forward? You know, that's the way I look at things sometimes. Yes, Mike. I was on my mate Vince. Yes. Yeah, Northridge is awesome. Yeah. I believe it or not, I don't watch a whole lot of Northridge Fix anymore. I wish that I could say that I do. I just don't have enough time. I feel like I'm always doing some other things, to be honest with you. And some of the soldering skills that he shows, like I'm already able to do most of what he can do. So it's like if I watch a video on how to change an FPC connector, or if I watch a video on how to change an HDMI port, I change HDMI ports like at least a few a week, all the time. So I'm always doing some sort of micro soldering at some point or another, you know. And I mean, if I'm already doing that on the daily, and you know, it's not that the content bores me. It's not that. It's just I already know if I want to look something up on YouTube and I want to learn how to do it, and if I already know how to do it, why would I go back and watch? But there are other things that he has done where he troubleshoots different devices, and I do like those videos. But to be honest, it's not necessarily that I lost interest, but I don't know. I just haven't really clicked since. I don't know why. But yeah, I was on My Mate Vince. I was on the Fixer series, actually. That was another thing. This was back in like August, I think, of 2021, maybe? No, it was like maybe around there before there. There was a video, Vince approached me. Yeah, don't give him any ideas. My mate Vince approached me and he said, "Hey, do you want to be in a Fixers video?" And I was like, yes, I would. So I made him a video, and it's me fixing an Xbox One X that would not display any video on the screen. So there was that video, and then I sent that to him, and then he put it in a compilation, and I think I'm in number 7. So if you go to the it's the YouTube Fixers, the YouTube Fixer series that he has, and I am in episode 7. And I'm actually with Guido, the Italian retro guy. He is one of the guys that, like, that's actually how we met. We were in the same video, and so it worked out. So he had a video where he fixed the PS3 with Yellow Light of Death. I think he replaced the NEC token capacitors with tantalum capacitors. Once he did that, then it worked. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember it offhand, but I'm pretty sure that's what he did. But at the time, I was fixing so many Xbox One X's, like they were coming in by the droves. I remember I fixed 13 of them in one day, one time. All the same issue, all redriver chip, same thing. TDP 158, man. That was a lot. But yeah, Northridge Fix is awesome. I love Alex. He's a good guy. I have a lot of his tools too. We've bought so much stuff from Northridge Fix. I would say at least a few $100s worth. He's got some good stuff and some good knowledge. I've learned a lot from him. He's awesome. I think what would make a good video one day is flying out to California and going and actually visiting Alex in person. I think that would actually be that would make a fun video. I don't think Alex would have the time to fly out to see our shop. I doubt it. I know he is pretty much slammed like 24/7. All right. Let me think here. I do have. Let me see. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I do have another short coming out this evening. That video will be out around 7:20 p.m. tonight. That video I'm gonna give you guys this. It's not a sneak peek, but it's about a 3DS. 3DSs are cool. I love 3DSs. But it has it's literally like 27 seconds long. It's super short, but it's cool though. You know, I think what I will do, because I have a couple of video ideas that I was thinking about filming today, and I might actually consider doing it. Do you guys watch anything that's not electronics repair on YouTube? What do you guys watch? Anything else? Like, do you guys watch famous YouTubers like Mr. Beast, or maybe like I know there's Eric, there's 100 billion other ones. I mean, anybody that's not in repair. Do you guys watch anything else besides that, or do you guys only watch repair YouTubers, people that fix stuff? What are your guys' opinions? I'm curious now. Oh, you know what? I need to order some more Amtech 213 flux. I'm like almost out. I've actually been using, one of my subscribers sent me some Chip Quick flux, and I've been using this. I'm not like a super big fan of it, but it works. It works. It cleans up pretty nice. I will say that. I would say this stuff doesn't seem to work nearly as good as Amtech 559 ASM flux, but the stuff does work good, and it probably cleans a little bit better than the Amtech stuff does. But to be honest, my favorite all-around flux right now is the Amtech 213. This stuff is awesome. It works really well. But of course, like, you know, I've mentioned in the past, like, you can use 213 for just about everything, and I like to, but it's very opaque, so it's not always good to use, because some of the other fluxes are like clear. This one's like opaque. You watch me. I watch Vice Grip. Okay, you'll have to send me. Maybe you can post them in the Discord, and I'll check them out. That's awesome. Right now, there's actually, so I had been watching recently, because like a lot of times what I'll do is I will watch some videos like about different, like, I'll watch completely like unrelated to repair. There is a YouTube channel called Sunny V2, and he pretty much just gives like information about different YouTubers and different people, you know, in situations that happened, etc. Some music videos and stuff. I watched a Northridge Fix video earlier, actually, which is funny. It's the one. It's actually I think it's his latest one, the Alienware display connector that was like ripped off, and fixed it with the NF Mini soldering pen. I watched that video earlier. I watch a lot of meme videos because I like memes. Let's see here. What else? There was a guy I was watching. Oh, I don't watch a lot of them now, but I was watching a lot of Louis Rossman. Oh, I do enjoy listening to him do kind of like his, I don't know, podcast talks where he just talks to the camera basically about whether it's news stuff or his opinion on something. I do like listening to him and his opinions on things. And then there's another channel I've been watching recently, and a lot of the time I'll just listen to it. It's mainly just like mindless drama, to be honest with you. But it's cool though, nonetheless. It's a guy named Skeeter Gene that I just found. It was just recommended to me the other day, and it's pretty much where it's basically child predators that get caught, where they pretty much bait guys that are people that are trying to meet up with underage kids online, and they pretty much just go and catch them. And I found out that they're actually in the Downriver, Michigan area, which I was like, dude, that's actually where I'm from. I'm like, that's awesome, dude. People cleaning up the streets right where I'm at. Amazing. So I watch those. Those are cool. I just listen to them mainly. What else? Mr. Beast. I watch any video that Mr. Beast puts out. I like Mr. Beast. He's cool. Lots of meme videos. And just like really random, like I'm looking through my YouTube watch history, and it's like super random stuff, like super random. Okay, so there's a guy he's getting big on YouTube right now. He's called Vic in the Game, and he's like one of the next big YouTubers that are coming up. And he's like first in line to like several different events, and his videos are really, really good. He just hit 100,000 subscribers, so that's something that's really cool that I watch. Oh, dude, that's actually really... Hope they don't catch you. Oh my gosh, dude, I would disown myself. That's so funny. Have you, Andrew Yuka? I don't know if that... I'm probably gonna botch that last name. That's actually really cool. I'll have to look into him. If you don't already, I do have a Discord. I don't know if I can post the link in chat. Maybe I can. Give me 1 second. If you want to join Discord, just anybody. And you guys have links for me that you want me to see. Let me see here. I still don't know how to use Discord that much, to be honest with you. Okay. Copy link. Okay, and I'm gonna post it. Alright. I'll post it in chat here. I'm on chat on my phone now. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, yeah, so there's that. If you guys ever want to join the Discord, if you're not already, and I know some of you guys are, then you can just pop right in. But yeah, pretty much my my YouTube watch history is like everywhere. I'm always watching different things because there's so many things that interest me. So I'm like, and mainly what I will do is I'll have like a headphone in at work, and I will listen to a video and just continue doing my work day if I'm not doing anything. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, you know, as far as business is going here, I feel like business is actually running at a pretty steady pace, just here for right now, which has been awesome. Yeah, I would say business right now it's been pretty steady while I'm here. So it's not like where we're slammed out the door and we have people in constantly, but you know, we have people in, which is awesome. Let me see here. List live, okay. Okay, let me see here. I was looking for something here. Okay. So, I don't know. Do some of you guys still ask for Christmas presents? I have to ask because I'm curious. You should do a video on home multi incredible handsome your dad is. Just to be honest, Dad, I was actually thinking of making a video where I brought the camera to the nursing home with you and just set up on a tripod and talk to you for like a couple minutes and then leave after that. It's like, because I can only stand you for like a couple minutes, and I want people to see that. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, no, I think that that would be good for people to, you know, to see you, to get to know you as a person. I think that would be awesome, Dad. And yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm glad. I want to do whatever I can to help because I know that depression can be a really hard thing to come out of. It can be a slump that you get into, and it's very difficult to get out of sometimes. And it's always good to have encouraging words, because there's enough negativity in this life already, you know. But there are good things in life, and I think that is one thing that we should always like remind ourselves, or do our best to remind others, and not in a negative way, because there is a time to be negative. It's not like being toxically positive all the time, because you don't want to be so positive that there's never a time you can never not be happy. That's not what I'm saying, because I think that if there is a time, you know, there's a time to cry. The Bible even talks about it. So, you know, I think it's healthy to have both. Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. It's there are times for everything, you know. I've never been necessarily diagnosed with anything like bipolar or anything like that, but I have my days, man, where I'll just be in a slump. It happens. Everybody has it, you know. But then some people actually have real legitimate conditions like bipolar, where it is like I actually had a friend of mine that like he would hit a low and a high, and it was hard, and he had to take medication for it. It gets tough sometimes, man. It really does. Yeah, no, what's funny, Robert, honestly, man, like every day is a roller coaster. But I mean, well, not every day. Okay, I feel like I always talk in hyperbole, but every day could be like a roller coaster, to be honest. Oh man. So I guess I'll mention. So my new job it's awesome. I'm pretty much all day long, when there is work there, I pretty much fix game consoles, laptops, cell phones, and tablets. And when it comes to tablets, mainly like iPads. I do all the micro soldering for them right now. And oh, funny enough, you guys might not know them, but my boss, he actually took a micro soldering class called Pro Fixer. And if you are familiar with Jesse Cruz on YouTube, he's got maybe like 13,000 subscribers or so. He helps teach that class along with another guy named Ben at Pro Fixer. He's probably got like maybe 7,000 subscribers. Awesome guy, super nice, very, very, very knowledgeable, very well learned person. I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, so I know both of them, and he actually learned the course from them, and surprisingly enough, they both started subscribed to me on YouTube. So it was kind of cool. I was like, all right, that's awesome, man. And like Jesse Cruz knows, you know, our channel, and you know, I know Jesse Cruz, and you know, so it kind of worked out. It was kind of cool. But yeah, pretty much like I did a job yesterday, and it's like, you know, I don't have a setup there where I can actually like film a video, but like there was a couple of repairs that I'm like, man, I wish I would have had like a full on camera setup, because I would totally recorded it. But I actually took pictures of it. I'll show you guys. Let me see here real quick. Oh, wait. Mike sent something. Oh, I see 8-bit keys. Oh yeah, what's funny is I've never watched 12-volt vids, but I do know of his channel. But 8-bit keys, I think, is the 8-bit guy who runs that channel, I think. The 8-bit guy, David. I've been watching 8-bit guy since he was the iBook guy back years and years ago. I love his channel. I still watch him and keep up with him too. His channel's awesome. It's funny because like I'll keep up with you know, some channels, and then like some channels I'll kind of fall off and then go back to them and catch up with them and stuff. It's just, you can never keep up with everybody, because there's literally 7 billion people in the world, and how many YouTube channels are there? and how many hours are in a day, and you kind of have to like judge it all. You know what I mean? It gets tough sometimes. What was I gonna do? I was gonna show you guys a picture, 2 pictures. All right, hang on. I have them here somewhere. Hang on. Yeah, they gotta load up here. All right. Okay. So, let me make sure this is in frame. So I had this picture. Wait. So it was a USB-C connector that I had to run some jumpers. There's a jumper here. There's a jumper here, here, and here. And I don't know if I missed, because like two of them looked like they were no connect, or maybe 3 of them looked like they were no connect, and then I went ahead and masked it off. But that was one job I did yesterday that I thought was super cool. The phone would charge. It would slow charge in one direction and fast charge in the other direction. I wasn't sure if I missed something or not. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, we got it mostly charging. Also, the phone was like bent like this as well. That was interesting. That was a fun fix. But I pretty much just changed the charging port. We could have probably replaced the whole charging port board, but the person needed the phone that day, and the phone wasn't drawing any current because like half the pads, over half, were all gone. They were ripped right off the board with the other port. So whatever, we fix it. We run those jumpers, and it's good to go. You know, that's pretty much what I was doing yesterday. Then I did, surprisingly enough, I think I got one here, maybe. Yeah, okay. This was interesting. The iPad home button, okay? Okay, so a home button on an iPad, it has that actual button right there, which you probably can't see with this, but the actual physical button that clicks, I changed one of those yesterday. That was the first thing. I've never replaced something like that on a home button. I was really scared though, because I was afraid that if I used too much heat, I would kill like Touch ID on the actual home button itself. But I replaced the little button on it. I think I used, at first I was like doing like 250 Celsius with the hot air. And I moved it up to about 300 because I wasn't seeing the button come off, and I was using a razor blade to very carefully pry the button up. I think it was maybe glued in place, maybe not. Not necessarily glued, but it was like stuck on there. Once I got it off, I put the new one on, and it worked just fine. Touch ID worked too. Yes, lots of them. Lots of them. I've messed up lots of customers' devices. But not anything I couldn't not fix. When I say lots of them, you think at the grand scheme, if I fixed 1,000 devices and I've messed up maybe 5 or 10 at the most, if you think thousands of devices, then you're like, oh, okay, the percentage is, not that much. It's just because, like, I would say my rate of actually messing up a device is so low now because of experience. Like, when you gain experience, you know what not to do when you do something. Like when you're, it's like once you learn how to do it, your rate of failure on it is not gonna be nearly as high. Yeah, right. Yeah, Robert. Honestly, it's the fire alarm that I cannot find. I wonder if it's in the ceiling or something. Not ceiling in here, but just right outside there, because there's no fire alarms in here. Because I was looking for any fire alarm that I could find that was going off. I looked all down the hall and couldn't find it. Trust me, I don't want that stupid chirping to keep happening. But I remember taking like an hour of my time walking up and down these halls looking and listening for the beep so I could actually take the 9-volt battery that I have sitting right over there and put it in the things that would stop beeping. I wanted it to stop so bad. Oh my gosh. I might take like the last hour I have here if it's still dead and just go look for it again because I'm still trying to find it, to be honest. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I was gonna say about like customers' devices and messing them up. Like for instance, I had 3 radios, 3 CB radios in a row that I had. I'd blown the final transistors in it, and there was an inside joke that me and my dad had where he said I achieved 50 ohm status. Essentially, what happened is the bird watt meter from earlier. I did not have the output of the bird hooked up to the dummy load, which simulates a perfect antenna or a perfect load for the radio to output into. So essentially what was happening was when that bird, that dummy load was not connected, I was transmitting, and so all that power is trying to push out, like the MOSFET is trying to output a bunch of power into a load, and there's no load for it to output into. So it's almost like revving your engine at max power and just holding it there until your engine just explodes, essentially. That's basically what I was doing. I killed like 3 radios in a row, and I didn't realize that I had disconnected the dummy load until after I killed 3 radios. Now, we were able to replace all 3 MOSFETs and fix all the CBs, so it was good. But, you know, you live and you learn. You know, kill a couple MOSFETs, but you find out. One of them was like 2 bipolar transistors, too. So my dad tells me now, you have now achieved 50 ohm status. Because like, when you check the dummy load for the center pin of the coax and the ground of the coax, you should have 50 ohms between those two. So when I did check it originally, it was open. So so it was like pretty much transmitting transmitting power into no load. So running your engine at full speed with no load, you know, and to bring that engine down and just kill the engine. Oh man. Yeah, so I have done that. Also, another thing, like I remember the first Android phone I worked on for a customer was a Note 9, and I cracked the back on it like immediately as I was taking the back off. And the back, I wasn't trying to change the back or do anything with it. I was replacing the speaker and the charging port, and I cracked the back, so I had to order a back for the phone too. So that's like one example of a device that I have killed. As far as like a mistake with micro soldering, I can't think of one offhand that I've done where I messed up a board. Offhand, I can't think of any right now. I don't think I've ever done that, but I'm sure my time will come. My time will probably come pretty quick. Like, knock on wood, man. I hope it never happens. Yeah, but yeah, I have learned the hard way, and it does suck. But at least now I know if I'm blowing a MOSFET on a CB, a final output transistor, it's probably because I have not achieved 50 ohm status. Oh, man, this chair sometimes gets kind of uncomfortable, so I'm always jumping up and down. Yo, Guido, what's up, buddy? My man. We were just talking about you earlier, dude. Oh, dude. Guido, I'm ready to come over to Italy, man. Make a space on, like on the ground. Make a little pallet for me, man. I'm going to come over there. Yeah, we were talking about... when we first met, or when I met you, was the My Mate Vince video, when we were in the video together. Oh my gosh, dude. Bro, I know. Robert, I have broken so much stuff, it's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I've popcorn chips. If you don't know what popcorning a chip is, it's where... It usually happens with, well, if you apply too much heat to a chip, and the chip basically just, it's too much heat and dies, and it popcorns, it explodes. It can explode, doesn't always explode, but it usually explodes. Oh yeah, B. Yep, I know. The LCD. Yeah, right. The LCD connector is no joke on those, man. I actually have a couple here, I think. Here you go. There's an LCD connector for you. These are no joke, man. Whenever I've watched people change these, to be honest, I feel like the best way to change it would be with solder paste, like an FPC connector. That would be my solution with something like that, to be honest with you. One single cycle. Yeah, I know. Well, I may have changed one once. I honestly don't remember. I have them on hand just in case I have to change one, because I know my time is coming. It's like, you know, you do like a bunch of different things, and then it's like, all right, now it's come time. You have to. The chili is about to meet the cheese. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's time. You're gonna have to do it. You know. I've got a couple of switches here. I could probably do one on for fun. I might just take them. Like, to be honest, at my other job, if I've got nothing going on, I'll probably just bring a board with me so I can change the connector on it, and just for practice. What I have actually been working on recently is we have a heater at my other job, and it's for separating the layers for iPhone sandwich boards. So I have separated two iPhone XS boards. They're both like iCloud locked. One of them I put back together. I didn't reball it, and I need to reball it. The board works except touch doesn't work, and then the other one I think doesn't boot after I separated the layers and then tried to put them back together. That's something I'm going to need to look at, and I really do need to get a stencil to reball the boards with, and reball the interposer, I think is what you want to reball, and then put the sandwich on top with some flux, and then let it sit on that heater and just basically like sit back down. I've got an iPhone X that I need to. I've had this iPhone X for a couple years, and it just wouldn't charge, and it had issues with sound. It was stepped on, and I replaced the back and the screen, battery and everything, and just the board was having issues with charging and stuff. So I don't know. I might look into it at some point, you know, at my other job or something, and try to maybe get a stencil for it and reball the layers and put the boards back together and kind of try to troubleshoot it and see why it wasn't charging. I'm honestly not sure, to be honest with you. I would like to get better at fixing cell phone motherboards. I wouldn't say I'm like terrible at it, but I'm not where I could be, and it's going to take time and practice for me. It's just cell phone motherboards they can be a little intimidating because there's a couple of different things that, you know, as far as like repairing goes, like, yeah, you can replace an FPC connector. It's once you learn how to do it, it's not too bad. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, Guido, keep running, buddy. They're gonna eventually come to you. like being at the cell phone place, like, we have situations where, you know, one of the techs sometimes, not all the way at the time, but like maybe one of the techs, or it's an accidental thing, or maybe the phone stepped on in a certain way, or like one of the filters gets knocked right by one of the touch FPC connectors, you know, or like on an Android phone, I've seen it once where one of the filters got knocked and I had to resolder it back down. And that stuff is no joke, man. It's like, it's really tight in there, and it is like, it's like you pretty much have to be like, you pretty much like any tiny movement, man. It's like you have to be perfectly still. It's nuts. But yeah, I really do enjoy soldering on cell phones, because it gives for me, it gives a brand spanking new perspective to soldering and micro soldering and all that. You refuse them. I don't blame you though. I mean, I really don't. I just don't have a choice because of my job. I don't have a choice. Well, I guess I mean, I don't know. I don't mind it now that much. It's mainly the sandwich layers and diagnosing different issues that are board level on cell phones specifically. Thankfully, there are a lot of talented people that have learned a lot of different methods of doing things. Like, for instance, you got Jesse with the VCC board repairs, like I've mentioned earlier, where he showed a video of how to fix the 3-minute boot loop issue on the 2020 iPhone SE. That's awesome. So far away from cell phones. Yeah. Well, and then some chips have that stuff, underfill underneath the chips. So it's like, you know, you kind of have to dig the chip away. That's the thing is, and that's the thing I don't like about some cell phone chips is the underfill under the chips, and it's like, at what point do you know when to lift the chip off the board so you don't pull any pads? Because I have in the past, just practicing, I had a phone that had underfill. I think it was an iPhone 6, and this was one of the phones that I had owned, and I was trying to pull off one of like the display. It's like either not chestnut IC, or is either a backlight driver or chestnut. I think it might have been the chestnut IC, the display chip. I think that one has underfill, but I can't remember offhand. But one of those chips had underfill, and I ended up pulling like several pads underneath chestnut, and it's like, it's really easy to screw it up. Really, you can screw it up so fast, and then you wind up with a board that's just unrepairable, which really sucks. And then you have some people that are like, all right, we're just going to repair it anyway, and then they just like run 35 jumpers, and you're like, all right, phone's fixed. It's like, bruh, how did you do that? And some people are just super talented. They can just do it, man. But cell phone boards, like, I would love to get better at them. I really would. That's actually kind of a goal of mine, is like, all right, for instance, like, I can do iPad charging ports where they solder to the board. I can do those. We had one iPad 7 come in, and the charging port had already been replaced. The charging port itself was fine. The tablet would not turn on. It would not charge. It would not pull any amps. So, like, number one, like, it's probably the TriStar. And so I took one of our spare iPhone 7 boards, pulled the TriStar off, reballed it, and put the TriStar on the iPad 7, and it ended up working. That was the issue. I still replaced the charging port because that's what Boss Man told me to do, but it ended up being the TriStar. Oh, that's awesome, B. I really appreciate you. Thank you for joining in, too. All of you guys, really. Thank you. You guys make me happy, and I'm glad that I can make you guys happy. You guys are awesome. One of the repairs that I really enjoy, like, and sometimes they can be really troublesome, are like controllers for game consoles, and what I see a lot is replacing the joystick module for drift. I see that all the time, man. People always contact and they ask me if I can fix drift, and I can. So the other thing is these, and I've got them here actually. They're the buttons, the shoulder buttons for L and R on the Xbox. Those buttons go out all the time, so I bought a couple of them. Always remember, in order for one to succeed, one must first achieve a 50 ohm status, then and only then shall the journey be successful. The journey will only be successful if I achieve 50 ohm status. Right? Oh my gosh, man. Oh, Oh, dude. Yeah, I know. I love controllers. I had one controller come in one time. It was a PS5 controller that had a mod chip kit put into it for like, it's almost like, I think it was to if you know those Elite controllers that have the paddles on the bottom that are programmable for the other buttons. It was like that, but for PS5, and it was a kit that you could buy where you could like somehow like connect these flat ribbons in and like basically make it all work. And the controller originally came in because it wasn't turning on after the kit was installed, and it was because the kit wasn't installed right. And so I kind of had to figure that out because I'd never seen one of those particular mod kits before. I've seen different things where you can bind different buttons to different buttons, and or have rapid fire mods. I've seen those. I've never dealt with any of the rapid fired ones. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, as far as controllers go, mainly what I see all the time is just controller drift. And the shoulder buttons go out sometimes. I see it on Nintendo Switch too. That's awesome, Robert. Take care, buddy. I appreciate you joining in the stream. I'll see you later, buddy. Yeah, man. It literally, I have seen the controller with that mod kit in it. I think it's like in a company called like Extreme or something like that. It's not a bad kit. It's a little bit of a kit. It's a little bit to install, but it's not bad after you install it, to be honest with you. I forgot to plug this in today. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think this one had like the buttons on the bottom for like being able to reprogram it. I think that's what it was. Oh man. Oh, you know what? I have this controller here that it's my own personal controller. It's an Xbox One controller. Yes, Extreme Rate. That's the one. That's the one. That's what it was. This controller needs new thumbsticks, and it also needs new joysticks because it drifts. Let me hook it up real quick and see how bad it drifts. I meant to replace the sticks in this, but I just haven't done it yet. Okay. Okay, let me see how bad it drifts. I'm gonna go to the website here. Okay, hang on, guys. All right, so we got the gamepad tester up. Let's see. So it's thought it was drifting pretty bad, but maybe it is just a little bit. The thumbstick just feels kind of like loose and just not super good. This one's also drifting over a little bit too. The buttons work. Yes. I've seen these D-pad buttons not work too before. So yeah, it's all working. It's just it just definitely needs some loving. So I guess we can replace them. It was drifting more the other day. I don't know. All right. Well, I guess I don't know. Maybe I should. Okay, I'll let you guys vote. Should we change the thumbsticks in this, or change the joystick assembly as well, like the actual module? What do you guys want me to do? I'm gonna start getting this controller apart now. There we go. There's one side. No, this is mine. This is my own personal controller. It's mainly for testing. I was using it to play some video games at home, like Nazi Zombies and Minecraft, but I only use this controller sometimes on PC, and just not returning perfect. Yeah, no, it's not returning to perfect center, and the sticks kind of feel. I mean, I guess they're fine. I remember checking it one day and seeing it drift pretty hard. While testing it on a game, so maybe I should change it. I don't know. Unless you calibrate, yeah. Now I do have some of those pots too in stock. Those pots where I can manually adjust the zero to center. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, well, I will take the screws out here. I say change the whole stick connector, make sure it doesn't reappear. Yeah, might as well, right? I was thinking about doing it because it's like, you know, might as well, because I don't want to have to deal with the drift if I just replace just the joystick caps, you know. Okay. Okay, so this little board here that the joysticks are on is one of the easier boards to work on. It doesn't have as many layers, so changing the stick on it's actually going to be pretty simple. Very straightforward. I guess you could clean them, but to be honest, these feel really loose anyway, so I might as well just change them, to be honest with you. Alright. This next one is a 5T, I think, or 6T, 5T, I think. You get this little board out. Yeah, you know, some people, like even Tronics Fixes mentioned that like cleaning them can fix it, but to be honest, like, and I 100% agree that changing the pots is the best solution, because you know, you're gonna run into this same issue in the future. Even if you just clean the pot, you're gonna run into it 1,000,000,000%. All right, let's see. All right. All right, hang on, guys. I gotta look under the. You know what? I'll just use this microscope over here. All right. Oh, okay. seeing two resistors here that look like they're soldered together. I don't know if they're supposed to be or not. Hang on one sec. Let me just double check this. I don't think they're supposed to be. It could have been accidental from the removing of the board or removing the connections. Hang on. I did know, I seen a small thing here, and I'm gonna try to fix this little bridge here before we move forward, guys. Just one sec. Okay, yeah, I didn't think they were connected. Okay. Okay, hang on. Where? Oh, it's okay. So that doesn't matter. It's ground. Okay. Alright, we're good. Okay. B, I am from Michigan. From Detroit, Michigan. The United States of America. Okay. So I'm going to use the solder sucker for these to change the pots because it's actually going to be super, super duper easy to do with this. So let's move camera and microphone. Microphone's going to take a second, so hold, hang on. All right. Hang on, guys. Let me get this set up here. Okay. That'll just have to be the best that it can be for now. So I've got the board here. You can kind of see it under the microscope. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of flux here, where the spots that we're going to be sucking out the solder are. Okay. Okay. Turn that on. Check it. Yep, alright. Solder sucker's ready to go, man. Oh yeah, that's amazing. Joystick is out. Dude, I love that thing, man. I would love to have one of my very own one day. Maybe one day, if that ever does happen. Oh, I already put flexor on these. Okay, so we're good. Alright, let's do it again. There we go. And our second joystick out. Dude, I love that. That's what I love about these thin boards is you can desolder these joysticks like nobody's business, man. Like you can just, they're just out already. All right, now we can move over to my bench and we can go ahead and install the new ones. It's gonna be pretty simple. It's super straightforward. Okay, let's do this. You know what? Let's move that back, this forward, like that. Okay, that works. All right, let's grab 2 joysticks. All right, 2 brand spanking new ones, and we need to get this to focus. Wait. There we go. All right. Yes, B, it is Eminem's hometown. Yeah, to be honest, it's better than my solder sucker. I've got this one right here. That's what I normally use for something like this. But, I mean, if I've got access to my dad's solder sucker, why in the world would I use that, you know? But yeah, it's Eminem's hometown. He's originally from Detroit. Off of 8 Mile. I actually grew up off of 8 Mile. Funny enough. Yep, I grew up in Ferndale, Michigan. That is where I grew up. So you can Google that if you want. That's where I originally came from. And it was right off of 8 Mile. Okay. We're pretty much good there. Turn on the fume extractor. All right. And so we can flow some solder, man. Let's do it. Okay. So our first stick is installed. I gotta install the second one. Okay, and here we go. Down the hatch. Almost. Some of these pins are slightly bent, so I gotta sort of bend them back to get it to go in. Alright, hold on. Wait, there we go. Got it. Alright, we're in. Alright. Perfect. Yep, it's all good. We're done. Alright, let me quickly check my phone real quick. Cool. Alright, we're good. You know what, let me double check this. Okay. Phone's at 99%, we're good. Okay, so I got the new joysticks in. So let's go ahead and hook this up real quick and test it and see if our joysticks still drift, which they probably won't, and then see if they need to be calibrated somewhat or not. Okay, that feels good. That also feels great. Great, good. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug it in and switch. Perfect. All right, we're on the website now. Plug it in. Okay. Connect it. There we go. Okay, so these joysticks are a little off. They're a little off and they can be adjusted. Okay, and then this one's a little off as well. But it's working though. That's good. Okay, so they both need to be calibrated. This one's got to be calibrated on both sides. Okay. All right. Cool. So at least we got somewhere with it. That's great. Okay. So we're going to have to put those little adjustment pots on then for sure. Fantastico. All right. I do not have a micro soldering scope set up right now, so I am going to do this just off on the microscope here, the fake microscope that doesn't exist. I'm just kidding. You know what? I have an idea. I do have an idea. I don't know if I should use it. Well, you know what we could try to do? Let's just, we're gonna do it. Screw it. This is what we're gonna do. Give me 1 second. We are going to. Hang on. Wait for it. Remember that microscope I reviewed? Yeah, we're gonna break that out and we're gonna try to use it for doing this. And I do have an HDMI cable somewhere. I don't know where it is, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And we could try to use it on the stream. I don't have it in here. Isn't it? No, nothing. And in here, it might be. Yes. This is what I need. I need this and this. Okay, we're good. Got the stuff we need. So we got to hook this up to get power to our unit. Yeah, it's a good scope, man. I mean, to be honest, like, I can't beat it. For the price, it's like, it's $170 new. And, I mean, if all you're doing is like smaller board repair, it's like totally worth it and totally makes sense to buy. Okay. Power on the unit. Okay. There we go. Now I can hook up the HDMI cable real quick so you guys can have video out. And you guys don't have to look at this tiny screen. Give me just 1 second. Okay, and HDMI. Okay. And then I have an HDMI splitter down here. You can just split it right in there. Okay. So we have a double image here. No, okay, it's working. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, alright. This is gonna work. Alright. Okay. I think that's pretty good here. Okay, so we gotta do this one over here. We gotta add that, Okay, yeah, this actually wouldn't be too bad, you know, to be honest. Okay, so we gotta add that one thing. Yeah, this one does have HDMI out. The other ones that I know of do not have it, from what I understand. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna need the variable resistors here. All right, 1, 2. We're gonna need 3 of them probably, or 4. We'll get 3 out. Turn on the soldering iron. Turn on the fume extractor. All right, now we're gonna need the wire. I'm definitely not used to this screen, so bear with me. I am not used to this setup at all. Alright, flux time. Give me the flux. Okay. This camera though, I mean, is actually really phenomenal. Like the quality of it is just amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do it like this, probably. Alright, so I'm gonna have to come at it like this. Except there's a capacitor there, so we're gonna have to kind of like do it like that. Alright. That works for me. And we can kind of maybe zoom in here. Because we need to touch up some solder here. And I'm going to touch up the solder on these points here. You know what? We need to get that sponge wet too. Okay. Hang on, guys. Bear with me. We're going to do this today. I might need a smaller tip, to be honest with you, as well. Alright. I put a different tip on. Hopefully this will do me a little bit better. Okay. So we're going to need to add a little bit of flux here. And here. That one. Alright, cool. Take our jumper wire. We're going to need to get this stuff coated a little bit. Okay, that works. Now, take the jumper wire, solder it here. The depth perception here is really, really hard to grasp under the scope, to be honest. Okay, I got it. All right. Okay. There we go. That's good. That's one. Now we need the cutting device. The scalpel. There we go. And we connect the other one right there. This camera scope though is like, it's actually not bad. Alright. Okay, it's connected. Now I need to go right there. There we go. There we go. Alright, so there's one. Now I got to do this one over here. Alright, let's solder this one in now. It's actually like... Micro Mage, what's up, buddy? Chasing the fix, man. Yes. We're using that I don't know if you saw the video that I did with the microscope, that that one the camera microscope that's by Anon Star. I'm actually using that scope right now, and it's, I mean, the quality of the image is actually not half bad, to be honest with you. Okay, put it in the area. Alright, I'm actually probably going to do it like this, to be honest with you. It's kind of hard to, because, like, I need the board in a certain position, but I also need it kind of under the scope to see it, you know? And I'm, like, still not super used to using this as a microscope. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, we got it. Oh, dude, that's actually what's up, man. Congratulations. I think you'll like it. It's, you know, I'll have to watch your video when you do a review on it, because I'm curious to see what you think about it. Okay, that's good. Alright, now jumper wire. Gotta connect it with the jumper wire. And we also need to coat the jumper wire in a little bit of solder. There we go. There's one. And bring it down and around. Done. That works for me. And the last one. Done. So this one is done. Now we can adjust these two, and then I should do two of them on this one too, to be honest with you. I don't like how these caps are right there. Or right there. I don't know. I could mask it, but I don't know if I want to spend the time masking it. I guess I could. Let me clean this up a little bit first here with some alcohol and a Q-tip. And we'll just put a little bit of mask, I guess, on it, on those caps, so it, you know, just to, I don't want to short anything out, you know. Alright, I'm gonna call that. Let's just do it, man. Alright, I'm gonna grab a little bit of paper towel so I can control it. Alright. Awesome. Alright, got a little bit of paper towel with the solder mask on it. Alright. There we go. And then all these over here. Oh, there we go. That works. That's all the mask we really need. Now I can quickly hook up my mask curing device and cure it real quick. Oh man, it makes it look all sorts of messed up. And there we go. I'm actually gonna set this off to the side to cure for a minute. Alright, so it's actually curing the mask now, which is great. So Sorry guys, it's the image is purple because of the solder mask that's curing. Okay, it's almost done. Okay, perfect. Lovely. All right. Okay. So that is done now. Let's take a look and see if it cured real nice or not. Only way to really check is to poke it with a... That's not completely done. You know what? Then what we will do is we'll use a little bit of heat from the hot air and cure it with the light from this and the heat from the hot air. Just a minute, everybody. We've got to cure this. And some heat from hot air. Okay. So I am curing it with the light and using 200 Celsius with a nozzle on the actual curing here, and then that should really solidify it. Okay, that should be good there, and then this is about to be done, and done. All right. All right, so that should have, yeah, there it is. Look at that. Yeah, that's cured now. But let's still poke it. Okay, so it's mostly cured. All right, hang on one second, guys. I'm getting a quick call. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take care of a couple of things. Okay, so yeah, let's move forward here. Let's go ahead and put some flux on these right here, because we're going to connect up 2 of those potentiometers. We can make those final fine-tune adjustments. What if I just heat it up and it will just take? And it did. Heck yeah. Alright, now. Sorry, hey, I do apologize for being gone as long as I was. But, you know, gotta take care of things, you know? We pretty much just need to touch those up. We don't really need to, like, flow too much solder. We just need enough, you know? Just enough. Okay, now we gotta get the end of this enamel off, so we can just solder it to that guy here. Sorry, depth perception is just gone. Okay, I think that's probably it, but let me just touch it up again. Okay. Now, perfect. Done. Use the cutting device. There we go. Now, we can switch around, do the old switcheroo here. There we go. I'm going to solder to this guy here. Sorry guys, no depth perception. Also could use some flux, but yeah, whatever. It'll be fine. That works. Alright. Let's use that cutting device. There we go. Alright. So we got one done. Now we gotta do this side here. So it'd be pretty fast, pretty quick, pretty simple. Shouldn't take too long to do this one. I gotta buy more of these pots. I think they are 10K ohm pots, but I'm not sure offhand. Gotta put some extra flux around here. Alright. Drop our pot right there. And probably just touch it and flow it. And there we go. Just flowed right into place. Now we can focus it here. We just need to solder here. Okay. Add some solder on this one. Okay. That works. Now we can run our jumper. And we're gonna flip the board around here. Alright, run it through some solder to clear that enamel, because this is enamel jumper wire. Okay, it's coated in solder now. Okay. One. Bring it down here. Just solder it in. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. Use our old cutting device, our best friend, to just cut that wire. Alright. And we can do this other side here. This is the last one. That works. Alright, bring it down here. Alright, done. Last but not least, we're all set. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Done. Alright, cool. Let's switch cameras. Alright. So we're good here. I'm going to switch it to this scene. Minimize, go here. And we've got the board here and the other part of the controller. We're pretty much done with our soldering iron and fume extraction. Okay, disconnect that. We can unplug this and that and that. Pretty much don't need these right now. We are done. All right, now I gotta hook this up. All right, now I gotta plug the controller in and see what it does. See if we have somewhat of a working controller now and the ability to adjust those pots. Let's see here. Our USB connector to connect the controller to turn it on. All right. Our controller is connected. All right, cool. We're able to move our pots all around. That's great. Perfect. That's exactly what I would like to see. All right, now where is our... I gotta find a screwdriver that'll work for this. I had one here, but oh, here it is. This should work. All right, so we need to adjust this one first. Oh no, this pot's not gonna work for it. I have my screwdriver kit in my bag. Let's use that. Okay. Probably use like a flathead or something. Flathead work? Not that size. Bigger. 1.3 or 1.5. Let's do 1.5. Okay, 1.5 works. Okay. Let's make that adjustment. Okay, make the other adjustment. Perfect. We'll zoom it out. There we go. Now we'll do the other adjustment. Okay, make that center. And then make that center. Perfect. I guess that's as close as I'm going to get. Maybe a little bit back that way just a tad, and then maybe back this way just a tad. As close to 0 as you can get it. There we go. So they're pretty much as zeroed as they can be now. All right, we can move them around and they return back perfectly centered. There we go. Perfectly centered. I mean, they're not obviously perfect, but they're basically perfectly centered. All right. So now we have a controller that is going to work. Amazing. Okay, Alright, so now we need to put the controller back together. Alright. How many of you guys are still here? Or who of you guys are still here? I'm actually curious. Alright, let's put this Xbox controller back together. Oh, you know, we do need a soldering iron. What's up, Lucian? How are you? Thank you for joining in, by the way.
Turn off the fume extractor for a minute.
Oh, that's what's up, Micromage. Thank you, buddy. You're amazing. Alright, let's get these vibe motors back in. Quickly solder these in. And then that one. Alright. Now the other one. Yeah, it's an Xbox controller. Okay. Okay. These are all done. That's in, that's in. These wires are soldered. Okay. Now we got our controller. Let me get the new thumb caps. I actually put them in the bag here a while ago because I was going to change them. But I just never ended up getting around to it. Where are they? They might be in the front here. Wait, here's... Oh, that's a PlayStation one. How's it going?
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
Ah,
Dude, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, man. How's
I
that
am live,
PS3?
by the way, just in case.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you... No issues, I'm just letting you know.
okay.
Okay, I found them.
I'm gonna grab my Uzi then.
Yeah. I forgot to grab a PS3. I'm gonna be here Thursday.
I got a controller.
You got a controller?
Yes.
Oh, then we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
Go
I'll
grab
take it. All right. Heck yeah, man. Okay, so we can install these new caps here. Okay, and there we go. Heck yeah, man. Oh, I need a PS3 controller.
That's what Logan said. He said this is linked with the PS3.
It will, but not in recovery mode. I tried the same thing the other
okay,
day.
Okay.
Yeah, I will bring one on Thursday for sure, and I will finish the firmware upgrade for you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Cool,
I guess.
man.
Yep. I guess he didn't know it either.
Yeah. No, you can use it for PS3, but you
But
have...
yeah. But it has to be a PS3 controller for recovery. Though.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so no problem. No rush, man.
Okay. Yeah, no problem, buddy. It's good to see you, though, nonetheless.
I'll stop in 5 seconds.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's check. Make sure that it's 100%. And it sure is, man. All right, there we go. We're good to go. Let's go. All right, cool. So now we can just put the whole controller back together at this point. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it.
Holidays going okay there, Chase?
Yeah, man. Everything's been going good. Yeah, just chilling, man. I'm excited for Christmas, dude. Finally to roll around.
Might get a snowstorm for Christmas.
What?
Yep, I'm looking at it, man.
Dude, that would actually be what's up. I like, I mean, I still have to drive, but like, I still like the snow nonetheless.
Yeah. What's that noise?
I was hearing it too. I don't know if they have like a dog up here or something. All right, hang on. Okay, that's cool. All right, we got it. Put the screws in now.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Somebody's got one. I can see the hooks on the door.
Yeah.
Somebody's got one of those basketball hoops in there.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yep. It's Carl.
It's Carl.
All right, my man. Well, I'm gonna head down.
Oh, you going to work?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm on the clock right now.
Okay.
I was just going up and grab some Motrin. I got a headache.
Yeah, for sure, buddy. All right, buddy. I will talk to you. I'll see you later.
Take care, my friend.
You too, buddy. Alright, cool. So we got a fully working Xbox controller. Minus 2 screws. I'll put these last 2 in and then we're good to go. Wait, is this number... That's... 5. T5. Okay. And we need the 1... Okay. Perfect. All right. Put the batteries back in. And the cover. And let's quickly double check. And it's still working perfectly, which is amazing. All right, cool. Turn that off, that off. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right, boys. We got a perfectly working Xbox One controller with the sticks completely replaced and recalibrated. So I'm happy. No more drift. It's over with now. We did it. We did it. How are you guys feeling? Okay. We got some jumper wire. Okay, so now I don't need these busted up thumb caps anymore. They're like, it's like broken rubber now at this point. I'm probably gonna put this microscope thing back up here on the shelf. Done. Probably shut down Dad's bench because I'm gonna be probably heading out pretty quick here. Oh. Alright, that's done. That's done. Alright, cool. Oh, and the camera's gotta be focused. Wait. Oh, it's completely out of focus. Perfect. Lovely. Alright, guys. How long have we been streaming for? Wow, 3 hours and 40 minutes. So I still haven't beaten my record yet. I think my record is like over 4 hours. Let me quickly check where we're at. Oh, cool. All right. Okay, guys, I will probably be getting off here on the stream because I've got a couple of things I need to do in preparation for Christmas. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. You guys are all amazing, each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining in, and for those that will watch this later, you guys are also amazing. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. Computer Booter is amazing. David's, if I get his name right, I believe it's David, but yeah, he is amazing. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for all hanging out, even for the times that I had to go AFK for a couple minutes. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Yeah, pretty much the way that whenever I do a live stream, it's going to be completely at random. Booter's amazing. The the streams will be completely random, so you know, whenever you guys can join in, if you guys want to join in, please. You know, if not, don't worry about it. You know, it's pretty much to just stream the workday, just in case you guys are interested. You know, I had a couple of things I had to do here at the shop, but there wasn't a whole lot going on. You know, sometimes we get calls, you know, to get stuff done, and then sometimes it's absolutely nothing. It's just how business goes, you know. But yeah, it's been good. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope you guys enjoyed that this stream. I was gonna say enjoyed that stream, and I'm like, we're currently in a stream. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys later. I'll give you like a couple minutes if you guys want to say your piece. If you guys want to say anything, you guys can feel free to. Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. I think it's Maurice. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. See you later, B. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Micro Mage, if you're still here, I'll see you later, buddy. I'll catch you in the next video. Yeah, pretty much I may do a little bit of Christmas shopping when I get off stream. Do a couple more things. So right now our hours are 11:30 to 5 p.m. here. And then if there's anything else I gotta do, I'll hang out for a little bit, and then I'll head home. It's always good because you gotta make a few extra bucks, you know. Alright, guys. I will see you guys later. Have an awesome rest of your day. And hopefully we'll have a video out very soon.